I have some exciting news. I'm getting married. And guess what? Do you want to know who it is? Should I tell you? Oh, wow, that's great. I'm really happy for you. Congratulations on your engagement. Thanks. So my fiancé is actually the son of a company president. Can you believe it? It feels like my life is going perfectly. Honestly, just being born with a decent face already makes me a winner, don't you think? I graduated from university with my sister and got a good job. And now I am marrying a rich and successful guy. Yeah, that sounds really nice. I'm glad to hear that everything's going well for you. Right? My life is seriously on a roll. I just recently quit my job in anticipation of my marriage. When I showed everyone pictures of my fiancé, the president's son, they were all super jealous. It's hilarious, really. Some of my friends from my 30s were so envious. It was funny. I mean, obviously, our backgrounds are just so different. You are really putting yourself out there, aren't you? It's one thing to say this to me, but maybe you should tone it down a bit when you're outside. What? Of course not. You think I'm going to pretend to be humble? I'm actually quite good at navigating life, you know. I can see that, but just be careful. If you keep making enemies, it could come back to haunt you later. Oh, please. It's not like you who seems to struggle in life. I'm leading a life that's completely opposite of yours, where you had a child young and ended up alone. I haven't had to deal with any hardships at all. Well, that kind of life doesn't necessarily last forever. Especially now that you're getting married, your actions will impact your partner too. It's important to be responsible for what you say and do. Coming from someone who divorced a loser, that doesn't have much weight, does it? I mean, the way people get divorced so easily these days is ridiculous. You should think about the kids. That's something I have always thought about. And honestly, the kid that you had seems a bit slow. Plus, the kid's not exactly a looker either, so it's kind of sad. Gabby, that is way too much. You can say whatever you want about me, but leave my child out of it. Oh, look who's acting all high and mighty now. But seriously, don't you feel sorry for that kid? Having a single mother who dropped out of school, that is something to be ashamed of forever. I would definitely feel inferior about that. You can think however you want, but don't present your values as if they're universal truths or the only right way to live. Everyone carries their own burdens as they navigate life. Your reckless words will eventually come back to bite you. You should really stop acting like a child, spouting whatever comes to mind without thinking. That's hilarious. A single mother without a diploma is preaching to me now? I can't imagine how frustrating it must be for a child to have a mother like that. I'm going to make sure I never turn out like you. Do whatever you want. Oh, by the way, I'm bringing my fiancé over to meet my family soon. He wants to greet our parents, so it's happening. You and your kid better be there too, just to show face. We're technically family now, right? Though once I get married, I'll probably cut ties anyway. Wow, do you really have to say all that? Well, that's just how it is. Just promise me you won't show up looking like a mess, okay? Yeah. Are you still not here? I'm already here, you know. Can you hurry up? Yeah, sorry, I'm on my way, so please wait a bit. There was a train delay because of an accident. Huh? Are you kidding me? That's such a pathetic excuse. You should have anticipated that and left earlier. I did leave early, but this happened. I'll figure out a way to get there, so please wait. Oh, this is the worst. As if it's not bad enough that I have to introduce my low-spec sister. Now you're going to be late, too? You're really failing as a person, you know. I said I'm sorry. Whatever, I already told my fiancé that you're just my servant. Huh? What do you mean by that? Do you think I'd hang around with someone like you otherwise? You're a single mom who dropped out of high school. You're just a disgrace to the family. I told my fiancé he could treat you however he wants, like a servant. Wow, if someone introduced me like that, I'd be completely disgusted by them. But whatever, I just got a taxi, so I'll be there soon. I've arrived, but where are you? What are you doing, leaving your fiancé behind? Oh, you got there? Well, that was faster than I expected. I just had some free time, so I went to the convenience store. By the way, did you meet my fiancé? Yeah, I met him. Is he treating you like a servant? You know, introducing yourself as a high school dropout and a clueless single mom.
You better kneel and apologize to her right now.
Huh? What do you mean by her? And honestly, I can't even keep up with how nonsensical this conversation is. Your logic is a bit lacking, you know, huh?
Gabby, what are you talking about? Miley, your sister, is our company's advisor and a super high-ranking executive. She's an impressive person.
Wait, are you talking about Bradley? Why is he contacting me through Miley's phone?
You introduced me as a servant, and I've been looking down on you, so I asked him what was up, and he showed me this message. I'm just devastated to learn your true nature.
Wait a minute, I'm completely lost here. You and Miley know each other?
Know each other? It's more than that. She's someone who's really helped me. I never expected to run into her like this. She's not someone you can look down on just because she's a high school dropout and a single mom. She's worked hard and achieved a lot.
Oh, is that so? I didn't know she was actually doing well in her job. And please stop treating me like the villain here. It's a fact that I became a single mother and dropped out of school.
You don't understand at all the challenges of making a living as a single mother, which is why you can say such things. Anyway, apologize to Miley. We'll talk about everything else afterward.
No way! Why should I apologize? Being a high school dropout and a single mom is entirely my responsibility and my own fault. It's her fault for choosing a life that makes you look down on yourself.
Well, now I understand. Gabby, I've lost respect for you. The engagement is off.
What? That's a bit over the top, don't you think? Wait, why? I didn't think you could be this cruel and mean. You're really a piece of work. Oh, and it's Miley, by the way. I got my phone back. He says he's leaving now. Wait, don't just take the conversation into your own hands. Are you kidding me? Don't let him go. Well, it's not happening. He seems utterly defeated now and has realized that you are someone he cannot communicate with. I don't think he has any intention of trying again. When your values are this different on something so significant, it's impossible to talk about marriage, right? Why? I haven't said anything wrong. How did we end up like this? The fact that you think you haven't said anything wrong is where it ends. Your values and his are too different. You probably tried hard to keep this facade up until now, but after exposing your true self to this extent, there's just no way. This is your fault. If you hadn't meddled, he wouldn't be angry. I get it that you don't want me to be happy in my perfect life, but please don't ruin my life. What are you talking about? If anyone is interrupting your life, it's definitely you. I'm not hindering your life at all. You forgot that you were the one who interrupted mine? I'm not to blame. You're talking about your ex-husband, aren't you? I told you before it's his fault. He wanted to have a relationship with me because I'm prettier than you. Can you not blame everything on me? You're the one who chose him. Well, I think that myself. That's why I haven't blamed you too much until now. I just can't comprehend how someone would even think about going after their sister's fiancé. It became clear that you lack common sense, and it's pointless to keep talking about things that are in the past. I can't accept that you're doing this to me. You need to fix Bradley's misunderstanding. Take responsibility. Misunderstanding? What do you mean? You're definitely making it seem like it's all my fault. I'm not that bad of a person. I've been trying my best to live my life. No, you come off as pretty terrible to me, and I'm sure Bradley sees you the same way. You seem like someone who's always relied on your privileged background and who's lived without any knowledge of real hardship. It's painfully obvious. What did you just say? Didn't you hear? I told you that being a single mother and making a living is hard work. I don't understand how you can't grasp that, especially since you're her sister and yet he can. Well, it makes sense because his father runs a business that provides services for single mothers. Now that you mention it, I think I remember hearing something about that. See? That's why I warned you that your recklessness would eventually lead to your downfall. Look where we are now. It's turned out just as I predicted. That's why I told you to be careful. This is ridiculous. I'm already engaged and set to leave my job. I can't believe he's calling off the engagement. Well, that's between the two of you. I won't get involved, but honestly, he's too good for you. You two are just not a good match. Shut up! I am getting married! If you're not going to help, then stay out of my life. I mean it. I'm cutting ties with you for good. All right, fine. To be honest, that works better for me too. Let's do that.
Miley, I'm truly sorry for showing you such an unpleasant side. No, I mean, I'm really sorry for dragging you into our issues. I never imagined it would turn out this way. I apologize for the trouble.
No, I should be the one apologizing. My sister was the one causing you trouble. You must have been so shocked.
Yes, honestly, I was so shocked I could hardly believe it. But after Miley showed me the messages, I had no choice but to believe it. I'm really grateful that I learned the truth about her before we got married.
I agree. I was also relieved that I happened to meet you at the time when Gabby wasn't around. If she'd been here, you probably would have witnessed an ugly argument between sisters, which would have been unpleasant for everyone involved. And it's just a shame that you came all this way to formally meet with the family to announce the engagement.
Oh, no, not at all. Honestly, if I had seen any kind of argument between you two, I probably would have been even more certain about my decision to end things with her. I'm grateful I could talk to you like this without her around.
I'm glad to hear you say that, but I can't help feeling somewhat responsible for getting in the way of your engagement like this. It's just a little hard to ignore that the two of you were so close to getting married, and I feel somewhat responsible for ruining that.
No, really, you don't have to feel that way. Actually, truth be told, I already had some doubts about marrying her. It's a bit of a separate issue, but now that I've seen her true nature, I realize it's better that I learned this now than later.
Oh, wait a moment. You were feeling betrayed?
Yeah. When I found out what she really thought about people around her, including her own sister, I started piecing things together. The way she talked about her own family, her own sibling with such disrespect. It made me question if that's how she would one day talk about me, too. She seemed to have no empathy or care, and her attitude was just so cold-hearted. I've been in relationships before, but I've never experienced this kind of malice, I guess.
I understand. Gabby's always had her strong opinions, but it's shocking to hear how far she's gone. You're absolutely right to take it seriously. No one should have to put up with such behavior, and I'm sorry you even had to experience it in the first place.
Hearing you say that makes me feel reassured. I feel like I've made the right choice. Your support means a lot. I feel like I'm finally seeing things clearly.
You're very kind. I'm sorry things turned out this way, but sometimes these challenges can be blessings in disguise. It takes strength to see what's real and make the right choices. If I can help in any way, don't hesitate to reach out.
I really appreciate it, Miley. Knowing someone like you was part of her family was what kept me hopeful for so long. I'm sorry things turned out this way, but honestly, I feel a lot lighter. Thank you for being so understanding.
You're welcome. I hope everything works out for the best for you, Bradley. Why am I being thrown out of the house? I just came home to find my stuff tossed out, and then I was told to get out. And apparently they even got your approval for this? What the hell does that mean? It's exactly what it sounds like. They have my full agreement because, well, this house, the one you're staying in, it's actually under my name. What? Are you serious? I thought Mom and Dad bought it with their pension money. Nope, they didn't. I bought this house back when my child was still little, and they were there to help me get through a lot. So I decided to return the favor by buying the place. You were the one who just decided to make it your home. So that's why they're kicking me out? But why now? You know, I'm already dealing with the heartbreak of my engagement falling apart. Couldn't you cut me some slack? Oh, I know about the engagement. I told them everything, actually. I explained how you've been spoiled and coddled far too much and that it's become an issue that just keeps repeating itself. What do you mean by repeating itself? What are you talking about? Oh, you know very well what I mean. You were engaged to Bradley, yet here you are, sneaking around with another guy. You think no one noticed? Wait, what are you talking about? What proof do you even have? Don't try to play dumb. I saw all the evidence. Bradley showed me himself. I feel so sorry for him, Gabby. Here he was, thinking he had a future with you. You couldn't have been more careless. Why? Why would Bradley even know about any of this? Honestly, you can't fool someone with a sharp mind. There are people who can see through this kind of thing. And I'd say after dealing with your behavior over the years, my instincts have become pretty sharp too. So tell me, on the day you went to the convenience store, weren't you just trying to sneak in some time to chat with that other guy? Well, but so what? That's none of your business, Miley. Whatever's going on with Bradley and me doesn't concern you. Oh, trust me, I know it doesn't directly concern me. Then why bring it up? Because I'm done with this nonsense. I've explained everything to Mom and Dad so they'd understand why it's time to take back control of my house. No more freeloaders here. You can't be serious. You went and told them all of this? Of course I did. See, you may not care since you're the one doing the damage, but the people on the other end of your recklessness, the ones who get hurt, we have every right to speak up. I know that because of you. I ended up divorcing my own husband. And then, even after that, you go and pull the same thing with another guy, causing more hurt. So, yes, I had no choice but to set things straight with our parents. Are you kidding me? I told you this has nothing to do with you. Why would you meddle like that? Do you have any idea how hard things are for me right now? I'm still trying to find a job. Oh, aren't you supposed to be this elite who graduated college? Finding work should not be an issue for you, right? Isn't that what you always claim? Sure, I might find something eventually, but honestly, I doubt you will. With that inflated sense of worth, you're bound to be picky about jobs. But here's the catch. You've quit every job you've had almost as soon as you've started. So how are you supposed to convince anyone to take you on? Employers aren't lining up to hire people like that. Stop it! I don't need you to rub it in. I already know that much. Well, get ready because Bradley told me he's planning to sue for damages. So I hope you're prepared to face the consequences of your own choices. What? Sue me? For what? You two were engaged, right? He has every right to seek damages. This is your reality now, so buckle up. No, wait, no way. I don't have that kind of money. I don't even have a place to live now. Miley, come on, please say something to him. I'll apologize for everything. Just let me come back home. No, you think I'm your servant? Helping you out after everything you've done would make me nothing more than your personal doormat. I gave you plenty of chances to get your act together, Gabby. But it's clear that none of it ever meant anything to you. Please, Miley, I'm begging you, help me out here. Oh, wasn't it you who once told me we live opposite lives, that you were the successful one? Looks like it's true in a way. Now you're getting a real taste of rock bottom. Enjoy. Gabby's constant messages had become quite overwhelming, to the point where I decided to simply block her number. It wasn't an easy choice, but it felt necessary for my peace of mind. I needed some space from the incessant notifications that disrupted my day-to-day life. Gabby became the type of person who often couldn't take a hint, had a knack for overwhelming anyone with her communication, especially when things didn't go her way. The relentless barrage of texts, calls, and messages had finally pushed me over the edge. In her attempt to reach out, I learned that she had been trying to get in touch with Bradley, my friend, with the hope of apologizing to him for her behavior. It's not unusual for someone like Gabby to seek out others to mediate her conflicts, thinking that if she can just get the right person to understand her side, everything would miraculously resolve itself. However, this time things had escalated beyond mere apologies and conversations. Bradley's known for being a kind-hearted individual, always willing to lend an ear or offer support when needed. His warm demeanor makes him approachable, and many people, including Gabby, often feel comfortable confiding in him. Despite his gentle nature, there exists a more pragmatic and cold side to him when it comes to serious issues. And this situation with Gabby was no exception. After enduring her disruptive behavior for far too long, he had reached his breaking point too. I found out that he had made the difficult decision to consider taking legal action against Gabby. This was significant because Bradley typically avoided confrontation and rarely resorted to such extreme measures. The fact that he felt pushed to this extent showed how serious the situation had become. I knew that he had always been patient with Gabby, having tried numerous times to advise her on her behavior and how it impacted those around her, but it seems that despite his best efforts, Gabby was incapable of understanding the consequences of her actions. In the past, he had spoken to her, expressing his concerns and encouraging her to change her ways, but it felt like talking to a brick wall. Each conversation would end with promises from Gabby that she would do better, that she would make changes, but ultimately, those were just empty words. Time and again, he tried to guide her, offering constructive feedback, but Gabby would often brush it off or become defensive, insisting that she was fine just the way she was. As I reflected on the situation, it struck me that with people like Gabby, sometimes they need to hit rock bottom before they can truly comprehend the impact of their behavior. I thought about how difficult it must be for someone who has been coddled or shielded from the harsh realities of life to understand what it means to face consequences. Gabby, in her own little world, often seemed detached from the struggles and emotions of those around her. This lack of awareness isn't unique to her. It's something I've noticed in people who have never had to deal with the repercussions of their actions. They often live in a bubble, believing that they can act however they wish without facing the fallout. This is especially true for Gabby, who has often been treated with kid gloves by those around her, including her family and friends. The constant support and validation she received allowed her to continue her behavior without realizing how it affected others. Bradley's been a voice of reason for her, but now it seemed like even he had reached his limits. The kind-heartedness he usually exhibited had turned into a steely resolve. His decisions to consider legal action was not taken lightly. It was a last resort, an indication that he could no longer tolerate the chaos she brought into his life. I wondered what it would take for Gabby to finally understand the seriousness of her actions and the pain they caused others. It was painful to watch, knowing that despite Bradley's best intentions, Gabby might not learn her lessons until it was too late. I felt a mix of sympathy for both of them. For Bradley, I understood the frustration of trying to help someone who doesn't see the need for help. For Gabby, I felt pity because she was on a path that could lead to significant isolation if she didn't change her ways. I knew deep down that if she continued down this road, she would find herself alone, without the support of those who once cared for her. As I pondered the situation further, I considered the dynamics of their relationship. It was complex, to say the least. Bradley had always been the patient one, willing to listen to Gabby's woes and provide comfort when she was upset. However, Gabby had become increasingly demanding over time, relying on him as her emotional crutch, without reciprocating the same level of care. It's a dynamic that often occurs in relationships where one party feels entitled to the support of another without realizing the toll it takes. In my conversations with Bradley, he had expressed his exasperation with Gabby's inability to appreciate his kindness. He felt like he was giving and giving, but in return he received nothing but more demands for attention and understanding. I could see how this had begun to wear him down, leading to his decision to take a stand against her. Even as I contemplated all of this, I couldn't help but think about the moments that defined their interactions. There had been times when Gabby was genuinely sweet and caring, but those instances seemed few and far between compared to her more demanding and inconsiderate behavior. I wondered if she was capable of change or if she would continue to spiral further into her self-centered ways. Bradley had tried to remain hopeful throughout their friendship, believing that there was a part of Gabby that could recognize her shortcomings and make an effort to improve. He would often recount moments where she showed potential for growth, moments where she demonstrated empathy or kindness to others. But those instances were always overshadowed by her more manipulative and attention-seeking tendencies. It was as if every step forward was followed by 2 steps back, and it left Bradley feeling exhausted and defeated. Ultimately, it was a difficult lesson for both Bradley and Gabby. For Bradley, the lesson was about setting boundaries and knowing when to say enough is enough. For Gabby, it was a harsh awakening that her actions had consequences and that she couldn't always rely on others to pick up the pieces for her. The road ahead would be challenging, and it would require both of them to confront the truth about their relationship and their respective roles within it. As I continued to reflect on their dynamic, I couldn't shake the feeling of sadness for what might be lost. There was a time when Bradley and Gabby shared a bond that was genuine, filled with laughter and support. But now that bond was strained to the breaking point, and I feared that the damage done could be irreparable. It was painful to see 2 people who once cared for each other reaching the point of no return. In the days that followed, I kept in touch with Bradley, hoping to provide him with the support he needed during this tumultuous time. I could sense the weight of the decision he faced pressing down on him. He was caught between his natural inclination to help others with the realization that he had prioritized his own well-being. It's a conflict many people experience when they care deeply for someone who continuously drains their emotional resources. Bradley began to open up more about his feelings, and I listened carefully as he navigated the complexities of the situation. He expressed his disappointment not only in Gabby, but also in himself for allowing things to get this far. He wondered how he had managed to get to a point where he felt he had no other option but to consider legal action. The guilt weighed heavily on him, even though I assured him that he had done everything he could to help her. I encouraged him to reflect on his own needs and to recognize that it was okay to prioritize his mental health. After all, he couldn't pour from an empty cup. I reminded him that his feelings were valid, and he had every right to protect himself from emotional turmoil. It was a long and difficult conversation, but I hoped it would provide him with some clarity as he continued to grapple with his decision. Meanwhile, I also thought about Gabby and the path she was on. I couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding for her future. She was caught in a cycle of behavior that seemed to lead only to isolation and regret. I wondered if there would ever come a time that she would reflect on her actions and see the damage she had done to her relationships. It was troubling to think that she might continue to live her life oblivious to the chaos she caused. There was a part of me that hoped she would eventually reach out for help, that she would realize the importance of self-awareness and change. Perhaps hitting rock bottom could serve as the catalyst for her transformation. But I also knew that change had to come from within, so no amount of external pressure could force someone to grow if they weren't ready to do so. As I considered the broader implications of this situation, I reflected on how often we encounter people like Gabby in our lives. Individuals who struggle to take responsibility for their actions, who navigate life without considering the impact they have on those around them. It's a harsh reality that many of us must face, and it can be incredibly disheartening to watch someone spiral downward, seemingly oblivious to the consequences of their behavior. The situation with Gabby and Bradley served as a reminder of the importance of boundaries in relationships. It highlighted the necessity of recognizing when someone's behavior becomes detrimental and knowing when to take a step back for the sake of one's own well-being. Sometimes love and friendship aren't enough to sustain a relationship. Sometimes tough love is required to bring about change. As I continued to support Bradley, I hoped he would find the strength to follow through with his decision, whatever that might be. Whether he ultimately chose to pursue legal action or find another way to address the situation, I wanted him to feel empowered in his choice. It was important for him to understand that he had agency over his own life, that he didn't have to tolerate behavior that was harmful to him. In the end, I hoped that both Bradley and Gabby would learn valuable lessons from this experience. Whether they realized it or not, for Bradley it was an opportunity to assert himself and prioritize his needs. For Gabby, it could be a wake-up call, a chance to reflect on her behavior and consider the changes necessary for her to build healthier relationships moving forward. Life often presents us with challenges that test our resilience and force us to confront uncomfortable truths. The situation was no different. I knew that whatever the outcome, both of them would be forever changed by the experience. It was a bittersweet realization, but it also gave me hope. Because sometimes, through the struggles and heartaches, we find the strength to grow, to evolve, and to become better versions of ourselves.
Hey, Annie, why are you still living in my house? The nerve you must have to still be in a house that was never even yours, right? You're also living there with your mom, allowing her to take up space. Are you an idiot? You don't think that what you're doing is mean to Ian?
What? Is that you, Noah? What are you talking about right now? What do you mean by this house being your house?
You can't be serious right now, right? Who do you think the house you are living in right now belongs to? That house is my little brother's house. You went and brought your mother into that house and both began to squat there. Aren't you aware that you are trespassing on his property right now? I could call the police right now if I wanted to.
Huh? I'm not really sure what you're going on about right now. This house was my late husband's house, your younger brother's house. But after he had passed away, I was given it and am now living here with my mom. It was too big for me to live in alone, so I thought it would be kind of me to have her move in as well. Do you have a problem with me doing that?
That house is brand new, right?
It is. It is, in fact, brand new. And what are you trying to say about that?
There is a widow and her old mother living in a brand new house right now. Isn't that pretty dang funny to you? Even though that house is supposed to be mine.
I really don't get how this is funny to you or how this house is supposed to be yours. I'm pretty sure that this place is not your house. I was the only one on Ian's will when he passed away, making me his legal heir, and the lawyer even said that I'd be the one owning the house. Hence why my name is on it now.
What? Are you using all those difficult words to try and threaten me?
I don't get how any of those words were difficult for you to understand. And no, I was not trying to threaten you. I'm just trying to give you the facts as for why this place is now mine and I'm legally allowed to live here.
The only truth here is that you went and took over my little brother's house. The funeral is well over with now. So could you please get out of there now?
What? Are you really asking for my mom and I to leave our house now?
I sure am. Ian is no longer around to have that house. And that now means that you have no right to live in that house anymore. Inside my head, all I'm wondering is why you think you can still squat there. So would you please hurry up and leave my house? If you guys don't, then we won't be able to move into there, right?
What? Does that mean you want to move into this house? With your whole entire family?
That's what I've been trying to say here. Ian would be much more happy with us living there now. So please, get the heck out of there now because I'm moving in with my family.
What? Does this mean that your husband is okay with the choice you're making?
Huh? Well, of course he's okay with us moving into that house. Anyone would love to move houses when they are being given a brand new house to move into, right? Especially since it's a house my little brother went and built. That means I have the right to live there now.
But...
No buts. I'm tired of listening to all your excuses about the will said this and how the lawyer said that. I want you out of that house right now. And make sure you take that old hag of a mother with you.
The fact that you'd say that about my mom makes you a real dick. Please be more careful of how you say things to others.
I don't care. Now get out of the house. I want you out of there by tomorrow. We want to move in there as soon as possible. And as far as the talks have gone, we'll be moving into that house next week. So you need to get lost, all right? You unpleasant to look at mother-daughter couple.
I'll talk with my mom about this. Mom, right now Ian's older sister is saying that she wants to live in this house. I know that us having to move out of here suddenly would be really difficult on you, so what should we do here?
Annie, what are you talking about?
there has never been a better chance, right?
I should have known you'd think the same thing, Mom. But it doesn't seem like she really understands the state of things regarding the house and all that.
That older sister of Ian's? Nora, is it? I've always had a really bad feeling about the way she acts towards others. And from what I've seen and heard, she tends to treat you the worst, right? I don't think you need to waste your time worrying about trash like her, all right?
You've heard a lot about what happened before then, huh? You're right, though, about her and the fact that she's really put herself on my evil list.
Then, who really cares what happens to her? If she's wanting to take this house off our hands, go ahead and let her have it for all I care. You never really wanted to live in a place like this from the start, right?
Well, that is very true. But, Mom, you moved into this house for me after Ian passed away. Having to move once again is to be hard on you, right? I feel bad about it.
When it comes to that, don't worry about me one bit. Actually, I've been expecting something like this to happen for a while now.
What? You've been expecting this to happen? What do you mean?
In other words, I have a plan for what we're going to do now once we move out of here. Everything is going to be all right, I promise. So go ahead and hand this place over to Nora, and let's go.
All right, I'll do it then. I can't wait to see what you've had up your sleeve. Nora, I just went and chatted with my mom about this. We have decided to move out of this house for you.
Of course you decided to do that. That was the only option you both ever had to begin with.
But are you really okay with taking this house and everything?
Huh? Why would you say it like that?
I'm wanting to make sure you're okay with having your name on this house now. When that happens, you and the house will have nothing to do with my mom and I anymore, right? Will you be okay with something like that? I mean, Ian is gone now. Honestly, that means that once we're moved out of here, you'll be nothing more than a stranger to us again. So please, leave us alone after the move. I don't really want to see or hear from you again.
I knew you'd find a way to be freaking rude about this. But don't worry your little socks off, because I completely agree with what you want and will leave you alone after. I never want to see your sad excuse for a face again, so of course I'm not going to talk or see you anymore.
That's what I expected you to say. Then it's a deal.
You have always been such a freaking weirdo, you.
A weirdo? Why's that?
Well, let me tell you why. You've been living in a house that isn't even yours anymore, along with your old mother. Why?
Well, there were a lot of things that went into it, and after Ian passed, the house was given to me and my name was placed on it.
I don't want to listen to your dang excuses anymore.
Then why did you...
I can't believe you do something so audacious as living in that house after my brother died and his funeral was over with. That's the house my little brother had built, so it's mine. Now get the hell out of there, you dirty parasites.
All right, we're going then.
I want you out of there by the end of today.
By the end of today will be a little hard for us to manage, but we'll make sure to be gone before next week. I have to make sure that things like the house itself are transferred to you before I go. You are fine with your name being on the house and all of the legal documents being filled out correctly, right? If I were to leave the house now and do all the paperwork for it later, that would take more time and be a pain in the butt for the both of us. You don't want things to be a pain in the butt for you, right?
Well, now that you mention it, I'd really hate that. All right then, I'll give you a few days to get yourselves out of there. But the moment the house has been placed under my name, I want you guys gone. Don't even think about squatting in that house a day longer than I'm allowing.
Neither my mom or I plan on doing that, so please calm down. Once everything's been taken care of, we'll be out of here and out of your hair. I want you guys to be able to move into this house as soon as possible.
I don't really like the way you said that to me. But it doesn't matter. Hurry up and change the name on that house, and then get the heck out, you trespassers.
Understood. Now, please, wait for me to finish up all the paperwork.
answer your dang phone already. Why do you keep ignoring me like you don't know who this is? I have been calling you over and over and over, so you'll answer.
I have nothing to talk with you about over the phone, and that's why I've been ignoring you. Do you need something from me?
Of course I have something I need from you. Why else would I have spent so much time calling you like that? Well, who cares? At least you're finally going to talk to me. I had a look at all the paperwork referring to the loan on this house, all right?
You did? Just now?
Moving into this place took a lot longer than I was planning, and we were busy. So what the heck is up with this number? What kind of joke is this supposed to be?
What kind of a joke? There is no joke, okay?
Then how do you explain the price of this loan being so gosh dang high for this house? There's no way a house like this could have cost so much. Who the heck would even be able to pay off that much of the loan each and every month? What kind of BS is this? I'm being harassed right now, aren't I?
Nothing about that loan and that number are there to harass you. I made sure when handing over the house to you that you got all the paperwork on everything regarding it. But you never read any of those papers before signing, so all of that is on you now. I mean, you'd been wanting a brand new house forever, but your husband was never able to give you one, right? With that company he only just got started and hasn't really made any money with yet, there was no way for him to get a mortgage, and so you chose the hard way of doing things, right? Forcing my mom and I to leave the brand new house of your deceased little brother, and that's what ended up happening. You have the house that you've been wanting now, right? Why aren't you more happy about that? That's a brand new house for all of you.
But what I'm saying is that I cannot pay off a loan of this caliber. This has to be some kind of screwed up joke that you're pulling on me right now, right?
Nothing about you taking that house from me was a joke, Nora. And that number is the cost of having a brand new house built in this day and age. That's actually why both my mom and I are thankful for what you'd done.
Thankful for what I've done? What do you mean by that?
To be honest, I was never going to be able to pay off that whole mortgage all by myself after Ian passed away. I had to ask for my mom to step in and help me out with it. My dad, who's also gone now, happened to have a lot of money he left with my mom.
What?
But because Ian went and got that massive loan or whatever without talking to me first, my mom and I had to suffer in order to try paying it off. It's not like we could have said no to the lawyer when he told me to take the house. And when we tried selling the house, we were told we had to have a portion of the mortgage paid off before doing so, or else we'd be penalized. It just wouldn't have been worth it to sell. So as a last resort, my mom sold her house and moved into that one to live with me.
What the heck? I never heard anything about that story before.
I know. You never asked me about it before, so I never had a reason to tell you.
Wait. Even if I didn't ask, the normal thing to do was tell me about it. Now you've left me in this massive pile of trouble. So what you're saying is you had your mother helping you pay for this place?
Well, to put it simply, that's right. And when Ian was still around, she was helping us with the money. Ian really sucked at controlling his spending and would burn through money on the most ridiculous things sometimes. He really caused some trouble for my mom back then.
What? I assumed that Ian had saved up a lot of money, and that's how he was able to afford such a loan and get a brand new house. That is completely different from what I thought.
And whatever you were assuming really isn't my problem now, is it? You can go about thinking whatever you want to and assuming what you want to, but it does not change the fact that you and I were never that close. You never wanted to be close, and that's totally fine with me now. Which is kind of why I never told you anything about your brother, because we were simply not close.
I mean, I guess it makes some sense. But come on, this amount of money on a house like this is insane. Had you at least warned me before this?
And that is the reason why I let you have all the paperwork to the house to read through before signing, right? The fact that you did not choose to read over everything carefully is your own fault. Talking to a complete stranger about your problems is kind of rude, right? If you have anything else to complain about, go to Ian's grave and complain to him there. The only downside is he won't have anything to say back to you.
My little brother only just died a few months ago, and I'm still having to deal with that sadness. Yet this has to happen to me now? This is all screwed up big time. Having to pay this kind of money for months to come, it's...
I hope you're not about to ask me to start paying off that loan from you right now. I already was forced to endure the pain of having been cheated on him before and will not be forced to bear any more. Sure, I would have had to before when I was living there, but then you came along after his funeral and started talking crap to me. Talking crap about my mom as well and asking for us to give you our house. I was really happy when you did that because I wouldn't have to deal with any more of Ian's BS anymore. Finally. So when it comes to that loan being too much for you to handle, don't come back to me complaining. You passed grade school and learned how to read, so start blaming yourself for not doing something basic and take that loan like a punch to the face.
This is my fault. I'm sure that it partially is, but I really cannot pay all of this off, so would you be able to step in for me?
Tell me, Nora, have you always been completely brain dead?
But I cannot pay this kind of money right now. And I can't go telling my husband about this. This number... I don't want to know what he'd have to say to me if I told him.
Well, he's going to have to learn about it eventually, right? This was the outcome of the choices you made, so deal with it, please, like all of us adults do. And cut it out with that petty crap of asking me to pay now. Not happening. You know now that my mom and I are strangers to all of your problems, right?
But you were able to pay for last month's bills, right? If we were even able to pay for a month in this place, we'd go under. You don't think that you could do me a favor here?
Nora, that is the most bullcrap favor I have been ever asked to do. Both my mom and I do not care about your problems. You were the one that wanted that house and allowed for your name to be put on it, right? You guys figure out how to pay for it yourselves, please.
Annie, you were once Ian's wife, right? Do you not feel anything for Ian's older sister now?
Oh, so now you want to talk about this, do you? Those feelings of being in-laws were flushed down the toilet years ago, by you as a matter of fact. That is why you messaging me like this needs to come to an end. It's a waste of your time and a waste of mine. Figure something out yourself, please. That right there is the fruit of all your hard labor.
Annie, are things all right with you? I'm sure she was just in shock over the cost of having to pay off that mortgage, right?
She was, because she only learned about that today. And I'm shocked that it's been weeks now since then, and she only just got around to learning just how much a brand new house costs.
Well, considering what she was asking for, you would have thought she would have read into what came with that house sooner. I bet her husband is just as shocked as she is now, right?
From what she said, she hasn't even told her husband yet. She just came to me to ask that you and I pay off the loan.
Well, the name on that house is hers now, so there is no reason for us to get involved with that anymore. You made the right choice getting a lawyer involved when you did. They were able to help us cut all ties to that house, and now we're free from it.
Yeah, but that was partially due to you too, Mom. I never knew that you had been renting out your house that whole time instead of selling it. That allowed you to move into my place with me for a bit without having to throw away some of your things, and you were making a passive income off of it. You really are a smart woman, Mom.
I was doing that because although the mortgage for Ian's house was large, I didn't need as much money to support the both of you right away. I really did think about selling the house at first, but considering I have a lot of memories with your father in that house, renting out the house would get me the money you needed, while also allowing me to keep the place while a good family lived there. And since the house is in a good location, I have never had a day where there wasn't someone wanting to rent for a week or two.
Thankfully, because of that, we had the money to move into a new apartment that won't bleed us dry of all our money now. We have to be thankful for that, right?
I never ever thought that your father was going to die so soon, and that soon after your husband would follow. At least you and I are able to live together now, and can rely on one another for the love and care we need. Just make sure to ask me for whatever you need, okay?
As long as you and I are together, I won't need to ask anything more from you, Mom. Having you around keeps my life from becoming dark and lonely. Also, before Ian passed away, I was actually considering divorcing the man.
I should have known that. I guess I kinda did, but was a little bit worried about getting carried away with my thoughts.
Wait, you were thinking the same thing? I guess I really can't hide much from you, can I?
I've been your parent for over 30 years now, so of course I'd be able to tell what's going on with you and your husband. But I just never wanted to truly accept that you'd get divorced. And speaking of that divorce, you never were able to go through with it because of his early passing, right? I'm still a bit worried about how you're feeling now because of that.
Sorry for making you worry, Mom. But thank you. Because of you, I'd been trying my hardest to get through all of this. In return for that, I'm going to work even harder at my job and bring in enough money to be able to support you.
I don't need you doing that for me. I just want you to focus on your own life, please. You're only in your 30s after all. You are still far too young to be throwing your life away for someone else's. Do whatever you want to do with your life, okay?
All right, I can do that. I won't start focusing on my own life completely just yet, but soon after I've gotten used to putting a lot more time into my career, I'll get to it. Honestly, I'm just so relieved right now to have that massive burden of a house mortgage off my back. I like to think that was more than enough luck for me.
Very true. You really came out on top this time for sure.
Thank you, Mom. Mom, I'm serious when I say that I really appreciate you. You just keep on being rude, Nora. What is it that you want to tell me this time? I don't think you should have any need for me anymore, but...
Annie, I am so sorry for all the things I've done to you up until now. I'm asking you to please rethink our relationship with one another.
Come on. Rethink our relationship with one another? What are you going on about right now? You and I should not be talking to one another anymore now, right? So what has happened to you this time?
My husband left me. He told me he can't afford this place before he left. I knew he was going to be pissed off when I told him. He told me that the only reason he moved into this place is because I told him I got it for cheap. And now he's so pissed at me that he won't even answer my calls anymore. What should I be doing now?
Ugh, I think what your husband did was the right choice. And bringing all of that up with me is a waste of the both of our time now.
I've learned my lesson. I was thinking a lot about why I said all of those things to you before that were so mean and unreasonable. And that's why now I want you to come back here and live with me. Of course your mom can come along with you. You and I were family, right?
I have never lived with you before in my life, and I have no plans of ever doing that. We're not even family anymore as far as I'm aware. Is there any reason at all as for why you're texting me all of that right now?
No way. You've just cut me out that easily. Don't you feel mean for doing that?
I'm just telling you the truth. I think it's a very good thing that you finally learned your lesson, though. You were supposed to learn your lesson after something like that, after all. But you now trying to wrap me back into your problems is really troubling for me. I already had to deal with being stabbed in the back by your little brother and then having to clean up his mess after he left this world, making me more like his housekeeper than his wife. If you don't want to do the same things he did to me, then as an older sister, you need to clean up your act and leave me alone. You're not wrong when you say that that house was built by Ian.
Annie! You are right. But what am I going to do from now on? I've already been abandoned by both of my parents.
You are still pretty young yourself, so find a way to turn that life of yours around. But don't waste your time trying to get me back. Use it to change yourself in the best way possible so that you still have a chance at a better life. Your best option is to sell that house entirely, pay the penalty, and then use whatever money you have left to start over. Well, that's if you have the money to pay that penalty, of course. Just do your best to figure something out. I'm in the same place you are right now, and I'm giving my all to turn things around.
Annie, I am really embarrassed right now. I am really sorry for all the things I've done.
Stop it with those apologies, please. Let's you and I do our best. You and I are both still young, and I believe that we can make new lives for ourselves after everything that's happened. Goodbye forever now, Nora. After that, I started to head back to work a lot more often again, and after a few months of really putting in some good effort, I received a promotion and was able to start making some real money. With that, I would have to be working a lot more every week, but had enough money now where I could support my mom financially and allow for us to no longer have to rent out my mom's house. She would stop putting the place up for rent, and once we felt we had the time to, we started to prepare all the things in our apartment for the move back into that house, so my mom could be back with all her memories of my dad. Luckily, her house is closer to my workplace, so it's really a win-win for the both of us, and I really look forward to what new memories the both of us will be able to make here. I'm not sure what really happened with Nora after that day, but I never got any more calls or texts from her, and after seeing that the house she was in went up for sale, I could see that she too was trying her hardest. I'm going to assume that means she's gone out to find herself a job as well and is working towards getting a new place of her own to live in after that house is sold. I never really heard anything about what happened with her husband, though, after he walked out on her. But the way I think things would have gone, the man probably divorced her. Ian always made it sound like he was a pretty stingy and strict man when it came to Nora, so I'm sure that having been lured into moving into a house that was not anywhere close to cheap, any trust that he had in Nora was lost right then and there. I'm sure that losing him is going to really hurt her quite a lot. But it is a good learning point for her, and considering that she's still in her 30s as well, she'll have a chance of finding a new man and starting a new family with him. As for the relationship between her and I, or lack thereof, we should never have to see or talk to one another again, but I do think that the both of us will start having better lives now after what's happened. I just hope she wasn't lying when she said she learned her lesson, because that really was her last chance to turn everything around.
Hey there, Hillary. Are you there? Is now a good time to talk? Oh, I really hope it is, because I have some big news that I just have to share with you right this second. The thing is, well, you know your fiancé Felix? Well, I stole him from you. He's all mine, so you'll just have to go through your silly little wedding all by yourself.
Opal, I knew that this was all you. Do you have any idea what you've just done by doing this to me?
Of course I know what I've just done by stealing your fiancé Felix away from you. And what I did was I stole your fiancé, the man who you were supposed to marry, your man who you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with, from you. And now we're going to run off and elope together. It really is all just so romantic once you stop and think about it. Don't you agree with me?
You really have some nerve pulling something like this. Do you know that? I mean, just when did you and Felix even get that close anyways, huh?
Well, I think we actually started to feel this way from the moment that we laid eyes on each other. You remember when you brought over Felix that one time to our house to introduce him to our family because you two had just gotten engaged, right? Well, it was then, on that day, when he came over to our house because you brought him, that we fell in love.
I see. Well, fine. If you two really make each other that happy, then far be it from me to stop you. You can have him.
You don't have to pretend to be so tough just for me, you know? You're just upset that now you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. I wonder how things are going over there at your wedding venue. I'm sure that people are already starting to whisper about where the groom could be. But don't worry. If anyone asks what is taking Felix so long to arrive, you can tell them all that I'm doing you the favor of marrying him in your place. Isn't that great?
I already said that you can do whatever you want. I don't get why you insist on keeping this conversation going.
You really are just so sad. Do you know that, sis? I mean, it's just so obvious how you're just trying to act tough right now. But I know that you're just heartbroken. What are you going to do with your life from here on out, huh? I mean, you don't even have a job, right? Weren't you totally relying on Felix to help support you? Well, what are you going to do now that your walking ATM has decided to go to another woman?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have a very respectable job and no money troubles, so I don't know where you heard that.
No. Come on, there is no need to lie to me about this. I already have the whole truth. I know that you don't make that much money and that you need Felix to be comfortable. I mean, Felix makes a ton of money from his job, so that's why you quit your job when you two got engaged, isn't that right? So I just want to know what you're going to do with your life now that you don't have a guy like Felix to take care of everything for you.
Well, I really, really appreciate your concern for me, sister, but I would rather you just butt out and leave me alone.
Oh, come on. You don't really think I'm just going to not worry about my sister, right? We're family. Of course I'm going to worry about you. I mean, you're not even going to be able to keep living in our parents' house after this, so I'm just really worried about what you're going to do from here on out.
I won't be able to live at Mom and Dad's house anymore. Just what do you mean by that?
Well, isn't it obvious? Felix canceled his lease for the apartment where the two of you were living, so now you only have until the end of this month to pack all of your bags and move out. Did you really think you were going to keep living there for free?
Wait, what? You mean Felix just told the leasing office that we weren't going to be keeping our lease? But he can't just do that.
Well, I'm afraid it's far too late to do anything about it now. It's already been done and there is nothing that you can do about it. So good luck living out the rest of your sad, lonely life.
Hillary, are you okay? How are you doing right now?
Hi there, Mom. I'm doing fine, I guess. I don't really know what else to say right now.
Well, I just want you to know that if there is anything that I can do for you, you can always ask me for help, you know.
That's very much like you, Mom. Thank you for always being there for me. But I really just don't even know what anyone could do in a situation like this. I mean, to think that my own little sister, that Opal would do this to me, steal my fiancé on the day we were supposed to get married?
I know. I really have no idea how she expects to come back from this. I know that your dad is just furious about this. He woke up the happiest I'd seen him in years, and now...
And to think that the day started so well for everyone, I just can't believe that it's all turned to this. I'm really just shocked. I don't know what else can even be said about it. Though, I suppose that I really shouldn't be all that surprised by this.
What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean that you shouldn't have been surprised? Did you know something about your sister and Felix?
Well, I kind of noticed that they seemed to be getting along really well, but I guess I just never wanted to dig into it more than I needed to. I knew that something weird was up, but I did a bit of looking. Dad wanted to look deeper into what it could be. But I guess this is what I get for letting it go on so long without doing anything about it.
I see. That must have been really hard on you then, Hillary. Especially knowing what you know now. I'm sorry that I never noticed that anything was going on either. I should have been more vigilant for my daughter.
Mom, please. There's no way that you could have seen this coming more than anyone else. But whatever, I'm over it. I just want to work on putting this as far behind me as possible. I need a drink.
I really understand how you feel, Hillary. But I don't think that you're going to find what you're looking for at the end of a bottle. But anyways, once you've packed up all your bags, you should come over to our house. You can still do your work even if you're at someone else's house, right?
Yeah, my company really doesn't care where I'm working as long as I have a connection to the internet. Thank you so much, Mom. You've always been there for me, and I just want you to know that I really appreciate it.
Hillary, please. You're my daughter. You don't need to thank your own mom for doing her job. I'm just sorry that things had to turn out this way.
Me too, Mom. Me too. Mind if I ask you to make something really special for dinner tonight?
Of course. I'll talk to your dad, and him and I will plan something amazing for us all to eat together tonight. But you shouldn't just lose this opportunity that you have here, you know. You have so many family members and friends who have to see you, and you should spend time with them.
That's a good way to think about it, Mom. Everything is already paid for anyways, so we might as well enjoy ourselves.
Hey there, Hillary. It has been a really, really long time since you and I have last spoken, huh? I was just wondering where you were living right now. I am visiting back home right now, and I really wanted to see you.
You've come back to visit him? What are you even talking about? Why are you even here?
I mean that I've come back to our hometown because I'm pregnant and I want to have my child where our family came from. And of course, it should go without saying that the child I'm carrying right now is none other than your former fiancé, my current husband, Felix's.
Wow. Well, I think you really have some nerve coming back to town like nothing has happened at all. I mean, you really have some serious nerve to do that. Do you know that? I think if I were you, I would never want anyone who knew me to ever see my face again. I think I would be way too ashamed of what I've done.
Well, what else am I supposed to do? I'm pregnant with a baby, so I have to have it in our hometown. I mean, isn't this what everyone does? I'm not about to skip doing this just because of what some nosy neighbors might have to say about me. Besides, I just know that Mom and Dad are going to be so happy to see me. This is going to be their first grandchild ever, after all. I'm sure they'll let everything go in light of that, don't you think?
You really think that Mom and Dad are going to want anything to do with you? You really don't know a thing, do you? You better not try to come near me or our parents ever again, got it?
Oh, come on now. There's no need to be like this, you know? Really, why are you being so rude to your pregnant sister? I'm only coming back because I want my family to support me while I'm pregnant. So anyways, really, what I'm trying to ask if you could move out of Mom and Dad's house for me.
And just why on earth would I ever want to do something like that for someone like you, huh?
Well, because I'm doing what's expected of me by coming back home to have my kid. So you should do whatever you can to help me by moving out of Mom and Dad's house and making room for me.
Opal, literally what in the world are you talking about? Do you really think that you could just show up and demand that kind of thing from me?
Oh, please. You're going to talk to me like that when you're nothing but a little leech on our parents? The least you could do for our family is to give up your room for me, your pregnant little sister. Besides, you have to know by now that Mom and Dad would much rather have you out of their house and hair than being the bum that you really are. Although I can't say that I blame you for wanting to stay so long there. After all, they are really, really good cooks. That would be tough to give up.
Opal, do you have any idea just how much of a terrible person you are? I mean, do you have any self-awareness at all, or do you just go through life not thinking about a single thing?
You think that I'm joking with you. I am pregnant with a child. I am thinking about the future, and that's why I'm here right now. So in case you haven't noticed, I am being the more productive daughter and now have more value than you in this family. So get that through your thick head right now.
You really need a reality check, do you know that? I mean, you want to talk about being family, but then try and kick me out of my own room? I'm sorry, Opal, but nobody is in the mood to take orders from you at all right now. Got it? So why don't you just turn around and never ever come back here?
There you are again, trying to act so tough for me even though you know I'm the stronger out of the two of us. I mean, do you really think that I'm going to be scared over my unemployed sister who still lives with our parents? Fat chance!
And just who do you think you are to make fun of people being jobless when you don't work either?
I am pregnant. I don't have to work because I have a good excuse to get out of it, thank you very much. Besides, just why in the world would I waste time working when I have my husband, Felix of course, to make all the money that we'll ever need? There's just no point in me even going out to work since it would hardly make a difference compared to what Felix is bringing home every month.
So you really think that Felix is as rich as you imagine him to be then?
Aw, are you really concerned about my married life when you don't have a job, man, prospects, and any hope for the future at all? Just who do you think you are to talk to me like that, huh?
I'm sorry, Opal. Are you done here? I have things I need to get back to doing now.
Of course we're not through here. I'm still going to be coming home and I still want you out of your room so that I can stay there. You're old enough to be married and yet you're still living with Mom and Dad. If they aren't going to kick you out into the real world, then I will.
Well, that's going to be a problem when my boyfriend and I live together in a nice condo building.
You're such a liar. Do you really think that I'm going to buy that? You're so pathetic it's beyond sad at this point.
Well, I don't know what to tell you except that I'm being totally honest. But yeah, it's the truth. I don't even live with Mom and Dad anymore, so... I mean, did you really think that nothing would change in anyone's life for 2 years while you ran around and did what you did?
There you go again, trying to talk down to me. I thought I told you to cut that out. I already know that you're lying, so I don't get why you insist on being like this. But I know that there's no way that you're dating anyone. That's just too much. And to think that on top of that, you're trying to tell me that you and him live together in some nice big building? Nice try. Even if I were to accept that all that were true, I bet that it's not even your place. You just moved from leeching off mom and dad to some poor sap.
There you go again, making assumptions about things that you have no idea about. Just when did I say that it was my boyfriend's condo, huh? You really have no idea at all about what my life has been like.
Well, I know that when we last talked, you had a terrible job and could barely even support yourself with Felix there to cover all the big expenses.
I already told you that when Felix and I got married, I didn't quit working or anything like that. I just started freelancing with my skills instead. I was able to find clients willing to pay me much more than I was making when I was working for the company that I was at before. And since I don't have to go into an office or anything like that anymore, it really is much easier since I can work from anywhere I have internet, basically.
Wait a second. You mean that this whole time you've been working as a freelancer? You've got to be kidding me. I had no idea about any of that. But if you're a freelancer, then that's even worse than not having a job at all.
Wow, Opal, I really have to ask, do you ever get embarrassed about being so wrong about every little thing that you send to me? I mean, I feel like I would just start to have some shame after a while.
The only person who should feel ashamed about themselves and their lives is you, Hillary. You've done nothing with your life, and all you're doing is lying to me about what you're doing. This settles it. This whole thing is just a huge fib. You're still living with mom and dad, and you haven't had a job in years. So you better pack up your bags, because I'm going to be arriving to mom and dad soon, and I will be kicking you out whether you like it or not. Got it?
Opal, what is the matter with you? Have you not read any of the messages that I've been sending to you? I literally don't even live with mom and dad anymore. I live together with my boyfriend. There is no room to even pack up and move out to make room for you. Got it?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for you to show me around your condo and your boyfriend when I get to mom and dad's. I'm sure that you guys are living in the lap of luxury together.
You really have no idea at all about what you're talking about, do you?
Hey, Hillary, are you there? Seriously, I need you to respond to me right away. What the heck is going on? Did I miss something? I mean, what is this? Why is there nothing where our house used to be? It's just a parking lot here now.
Well, that would probably be because last year, Mom and Dad moved out of their house and sold the property to a development company who then proceeded to build a parking lot where Mom and Dad's house used to be on the property that was sold to them. So basically, to sum this all up in a very succinct and easy to understand brief encapsulation of the information that you're looking for now that you have gone there and seen that Mom and Dad have moved out of their house, Mom and Dad no longer live there.
But, I mean, so you're just telling me that mom and dad moved out of their house. And then not only that, but they sold the property that the house existed on to a company? And then that company demolished the house that was on the property that mom and dad sold to them, and in that same place they decided to make a parking lot? Why didn't you tell me about any of this earlier while we were talking? I told you that I was going to mom and dad's house. You should have told me that it isn't there anymore. I came all this way and there's no house left.
And just why should I have anything to tell you about it, huh? You're lucky that I even responded to this message to explain to you that Mom and Dad moved out and sold their house and that a parking lot was built where their house used to be. So if you really think that I owe you anything after all that you've done to me, you really do have something else coming.
But then, wait a second. What am I supposed to do if mom and dad aren't living in their house anymore?
I don't know. I guess you'll probably just have to go back to your house with Felix and have your baby there.
But no, you don't get it. But that just isn't going to work for me at all. Can you please just tell me where it is that mom and dad are living right now if they are not living here where they used to?
You want me to tell you where our mom and dad are living right now? No way. I am never going to tell you the place where both of our parents are currently residing.
But why not? Why won't you tell me the location of the place where our parents are currently living now that they've moved out of their old house?
Well, that's because Mom and Dad and even I want nothing to do with you ever again. You aren't a member of this family anymore. You made your choice when you betrayed me on the day that I was supposed to get married to Felix, but instead you stole him from me.
But wait, you all can't just cut me out of your lives like this. I mean, this is something we should all deal with together as a family. How can I say my piece if I don't know where anyone lives?
It's okay. I don't really think that any of us care all that much about what you have to say anyways, so you can save it. And that's why I am not going to be telling you where it is that our parents have moved to.
Well, fine. If you aren't going to tell me where Mom and Dad are living right now, then I guess I'll call Mom and have her tell me herself.
Yeah, that really isn't going to work out any better for you. You should know.
Hey, Mom, are you there? It's your youngest daughter, Opal. I know it's been a long time since we've talked, but you still remember me, right? I was actually going to visit home to surprise you and Dad, but when I got to where our house used to be, there's nothing but a parking lot here. So, anyways, I was wondering if you could please tell me where it is that you and Dad are now currently living since you both moved out of the old house. I have lots of presents that I need to give you, so please tell me where I can go to give them to you.
Hello and goodbye.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Hold it right there. It is me, your daughter. You can't just say hello and then goodbye to me.
Actually, you are no longer my daughter as far as I am concerned. I have no idea who you are, but you are nothing to me.
What are you talking about, Mom? It's me. It's Opal. Mom, it's me, your daughter. You remember me, won't you? Please tell me that you know who I am.
I'm sorry, but I only have one daughter, and her name is Hillary. I don't think I know a single person named Opal. No, I'm thinking about it, and no one really comes to mind at all.
Wait, no, Mom. I know that Hillary said you all wanted to cut me out of your life, but not like this. I didn't think that she was being serious. Please, Mom, you can't just pretend like I never existed. I'm your daughter. You have to know that. Just please tell me where you and Dad are living.
I'm really sorry, but I am not about to give out my address to some person I have never met in my life.
Mom, please, don't talk to me like this. It's me, your daughter. You know me. I've tried calling Dad's phone over and over again, but he isn't taking any of my calls or getting back to my messages. But we're all family. You can't just treat me like this. You're being so cruel to me right now.
Cruel? You want to talk about cruel? I don't think that the person who stole their own sister's husband has a right to talk about what is and isn't cruel. Do you have any idea the pain that you caused Hillary?
But I mean, does this mean that you remembered who I really am then, Mom?
Well, I don't know how I was supposed to keep up that act when you were sitting there crying as if you were the victim in all of this and not your sister. But if you really want to know, your father and I haven't and will never forgive you for what you did to poor Hillary. And by the way, you should also know that we all know your little secret.
Wait, secret? What are you talking about? What secret are you talking about that you're saying that you all know about?
You know exactly the secret that I told you that we all know that you were trying to keep quiet but has become known.
Wait, what? That sentence barely even made sense. I don't get it. Please, you have to know it wasn't my fault. It's just that all my life I felt like Hillary was the better sister. I thought that if I could just make Felix mine, that it would prove that we were equals. Please don't leave me, Mom. I didn't think that things would go like this.
Nobody ever compared you to your sister, and nobody ever put you down compared to Hillary. If you really did always feel that way, then that is unfortunate. But that is still your problem, and you should have sought professional help for it.
Wait, what? You mean, you think I should have just gone to see a mental health professional about this complex that I've developed? That's the stupidest advice that I've ever heard.
Well, you can call it what you like, but it doesn't change the fact that you've lost your family because of delusions that you have never sought to address in a healthy way. But when you betrayed your sister like that on the day that she was supposed to be getting married, you crossed a line that is never going to be uncrossed. You removed yourself from this family.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that, Mom? You can't really think that I thought that I was removing myself from the family when I did what I did, right?
I heard that you were coming to try and surprise us with a visit, so we told everyone that we know to not tell you our address under any circumstances. So you're never going to find us. The smart thing to do would be to turn around and go home. If you even have a place to go home to, that is.
So then you really do know about the secret that I was confused about you knowing earlier. I didn't think that you actually knew it, but that last sentence really confirms that you must know it.
Well, anyways, I don't have anything else to say to a woman like you. So have a good life.
Hey, sis, are you there right now? I was just curious why you told me to go back to Felix's earlier.
Are you stupid or something? Why do you think I would tell you something like that? It's because I want you to go home already.
Right, but I mean, do you have any idea at all why it is that I'm coming home by myself to have this child? I'm sure that you have to know the truth if you've talked to Mom about this at all. But what I don't get is why would you pretend to not know the secret that I'm talking about that you are saying you don't know but that I think you know because Mom knows and that's how I know that you know?
Well, I don't think this really has anything to do with me. It sounds more like a question that you need to answer yourself.
Wait. What do you mean? So you know that Felix is going to be arrested.
I had heard that Felix appeared to have gotten himself in some kind of legal trouble or something of the sort. The articles I was reading have something to do about running scams from the company. I guess it really is a good thing that you stole a man like that from me.
But then you know how much trouble I'm in since he is going to be arrested for doing exactly what you said. That is, scamming people through his company, which he is going to be arrested for, right?
Well, I just don't think it's my business since it's between you and your husband. After all, Felix and I never got married, remember?
Please, I don't have money and Felix's assets have been frozen. I don't have a place to go home to and I don't have any way to support myself at all. I'm already swimming in my own debt. You have to help me. I don't know how I'm supposed to go on like this right now. You have to do something.
And just why in the world do you think that your problems have anything to do with me at all, huh?
Please, you have to help me. I'm pregnant and I have no money and I'm homeless. Don't you have any pity for me in your heart at all?
Oh, please. Are you still telling people that you're pregnant? You know that no one believes that, right?
But I don't get it. How did you figure out that I was lying about being pregnant this whole time?
Because I already knew that Felix isn't able to have any children of his own. So if you were really pregnant, then there would only be a few explanations of what could have happened. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time talking to you. You know that none of us are going to help you and that you've already lost your place in this family. Why don't you just disappear out of all our lives again and leave us alone, huh? After that, I blocked Opal on everything as she proceeded to blow up my phone with so many messages begging me for help, and not to leave her alone. And after I blocked her, I never heard from her again. I heard that she even managed to track my boyfriend and I to what city we were living in, but she still couldn't find us. She begged family and friends and everyone she could think of for information on where our parents, as well as I, had moved to, but no one was interested in telling her. In fact, I think most people took that as a sign to block her as well. So if Opal really was drowning in debt and had no home to go to, then I really have no idea what she's up to at all. I hear some news come down through the grapevine now and then about someone who thinks they might have seen her. As for Felix, I heard he was arrested and is serving jail time for his fraud charges. He also had no one willing to stand up for him after what he did to me either. So I really have no idea who Opal could have turned to for help, but anyways, I say good riddance. You might be wondering about where it was that my mom and dad did end up moving to. Well, my boyfriend was actually a very wealthy real estate agent, so when we all decided to move away from our hometown to avoid Opal, just in case she were ever to return one day, like she eventually ended up doing, he was able to help my parents find a good deal on a new place to live. Funny enough, if Opal had managed to track my boyfriend and I down, then she certainly would have been able to find Mom and Dad, because after they sold their house and moved out, they moved into the condo just a few floors beneath ours. We've really enjoyed getting to live so close to each other, but we all realize how dangerous it might be if Opal were to show up.
Olivia, are you serious about this?
Oh, what? I didn't expect you to still be contacting me.
I really need to have a proper conversation with you.
Oh, really? And what exactly do you want?
Today is your wedding day, right? I was really looking forward to it, you know? I even got myself a brand new dress, excited to celebrate this special day with you. And yet, because of you, I ended up getting egg yolk all over me.
Oh, really? Well, that was exactly what I was aiming for.
Why do I have to be treated like this? Why are you trying to kick me out of the wedding venue? After everything I've done for you, I've worked tirelessly for your sake all this time. The tuition fees for your university, the expenses for you to live on your own, I've supported you financially through all of it.
And that's exactly what the problem is.
What do you mean by that?
Do you even know who I'm marrying?
Of course I do. He seems like a serious, wonderful man.
That's not what I'm talking about. My husband is a doctor. Not just a doctor, but the eldest son of a prestigious medical family. All the guests on his side of the family attending this wedding are high-class elites.
Yes, I know. That's quite impressive.
Which is why I didn't want someone like you, someone so filthy, to attend.
Filthy? Are you calling me filthy? Why would you say that?
Because you work in the nightlife industry, obviously.
What?
I didn't want someone who works in such a dirty job to be at my wedding. You're an embarrassment.
But you've never said anything like that before.
You should have been able to pick up on it. It's not like I needed to spell it out for you.
But I only started working in that industry to support myself, and more importantly, to support you. It was with that money that I was able to pay your tuition and living expenses while you were in college.
I never asked you to work in the nightlife industry for me. Haha, what a joke.
How could you say something so cruel?
You're nothing but an embarrassment to the family. If you don't leave right now, I'll throw another raw egg at you.
But I just want to see you in your wedding dress. Isn't that enough reason for me to stay? Don't you understand that I genuinely want to celebrate your special day?
Oh, please. You're just here to show off your connections to me and try to get close to other doctors, aren't you?
That's not true at all. I really just want to...
You're nothing but a poor woman working in a sleazy industry. Who are you trying to fool?
Poor? That's not true. I've managed just fine.
Well, compared to you, I'm a total winner. From now on, I'm going to live a luxurious life as the wife of a doctor. I'll never have to worry about money again. My life is set.
Winning? Is that really the reason you're getting married? That doesn't seem right to me.
Ugh, don't act like you know anything. You're just a pathetic single woman, so don't go talking like you have any clue about how this works.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. You're right. I'm not in a position to say anything. But still, can't I at least attend the ceremony? I really want to celebrate your wedding, to be there for you.
Absolutely not. Besides, how would it look to have a woman covered in egg yolks standing around at my wedding? It'd be an embarrassment to the other guests.
But you're the one who threw the egg at me.
Shut up, I don't care. Just go home already.
Fine, I'll leave.
Yes, finally. Jennifer, where are you?
Oh, there you are, Mom.
Yeah, it's me. If you don't hurry, the ceremony will start any minute now.
I know.
Please, don't leave me alone here. I've been feeling so nervous ever since we got here.
Nervous? Why would you be nervous?
Well, it just feels strange to me that Olivia is getting married. It's a bit hard to wrap my head around it.
You think so?
Yes, from my perspective, both you and Olivia still feel like children. I can't quite shake that image, you know?
Oh, come on, stop it already. I'm 29 years old now, remember?
Right, of course. I know that. It's just that, well, I've caused you so much trouble over the years, and that thought hasn't left my mind.
Trouble? You? I don't think you've caused me any trouble at all, honestly.
No, you're wrong, Jennifer. I've definitely caused you trouble. I had you working from such a young age.
That's not your fault, Mom. The one who's to blame is Dad for abandoning us. He's the one who walked out on us and left you all alone to take care of me and Olivia. He's the one who's at fault here.
That may be true, but I still feel like I carry some of the responsibility for how things turned out.
You don't need to feel that way. The one who was wrong was him. He was the one who had an affair and left us behind. You, on the other hand, worked so hard to raise us on your own. You did everything you could to provide for us. I'm so grateful to you for that, and I always will be.
I couldn't have sent Olivia to university if it wasn't for you. It's because you took on so much work yourself and helped with the household that I was able to focus on Olivia's future. You made sure she could have the opportunities she deserved.
Mom.
It's true. But if I had been stronger, if I had managed things better, maybe you wouldn't have had to sacrifice so much. Maybe you could have had an easier life too, if I had just been more capable.
Please, let's not talk about the past like that. What's done is done. We got through it together, and that's what matters. There's no use in dwelling on what we can't change.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Here I am, bringing up sad memories on such a happy occasion. This is Olivia's big day, and I shouldn't be going down this road.
It's okay, really. But you're right. Let's focus on the wedding. Go ahead and find your seat, Mom. You don't want to be late and make a scene, right?
Yes, of course, but Jennifer, why do you sound so off? Is something wrong? You've been avoiding something this whole time.
Actually, Mom, I won't be attending the ceremony.
What? What do you mean you won't attend? Jennifer, what's going on?
It's Olivia. She doesn't want me at the wedding.
What? Why would she say something like that? What's gotten into her? I don't understand.
Mom, listen, I'm going to explain everything to you, but you need to stay calm and hear me out, okay?
Okay, I'll try to stay calm. But what in the world is going on with your sister?
All right, then. I'm heading out.
Yeah, well, you don't even need to bother telling me that. Just make sure you leave quickly before any of my husband's relatives see you.
Fine, I got it.
Oh, and by the way, take Mom with you as well.
What? Why should I?
Because it's embarrassing to have someone who looks so shabby hanging around, don't you think?
Shabby? Mom's doing her best. She dressed as nicely as she could for this day. She's put in effort.
You really think so? If that's her best, then it's all the more reason to get her out of here before anyone else notices.
Hey, what are you even saying right now, Olivia? Mom is the person who raised both of us all by herself. She sacrificed so much for us. She put our needs first every single time, even when it meant putting herself last. You can't talk about her like that. You just can't.
So what? Mom wants me to be happy, right?
Of course, she's always wanted nothing but the best for you. That's what any mother would want for her children.
Exactly. So if she really cared about my happiness, she wouldn't have shown up to the wedding looking like that. She should have just stayed away altogether.
What? What are you even saying right now?
I mean, come on. If people here find out that someone as pitiful as her is my mother, it'll ruin my reputation. Everyone will start looking down on me. Is that what you want?
That's ridiculous. No one is going to judge you for having Mom at your wedding.
Well, that just shows how clueless you are, doesn't it? You wouldn't understand since you're used to living like a poor person. But in high-class families like the one I'm marrying into, appearances and family background mean everything. It's all about maintaining an image, keeping up with society's expectations. That's why I kicked you out earlier. I couldn't have someone like you around ruining things. But now having Mom here, that completely defeats the purpose. So do me a favor and take her out of here, for my sake.
Mom has been looking forward to your wedding so much. She's been talking about it every day, counting down the days until today.
I don't care about that at all. I really don't. I'll send her a picture of the wedding later. That should be enough for her.
Olivia, you've changed. You weren't like this before. You weren't this kind of person.
What do you even know about me? Don't pretend like you understand me, you filthy woman working in the nightlife industry.
You can say whatever you want about me, I don't mind, but don't look down on people who work in that industry. Those people work hard every day. We try to make sure that the customers who come in leave feeling happy and entertained. We do everything we can to give them a good experience. We put our all into our jobs, so don't insult those people just because you don't understand.
Oh, please, the nightlife industry is just for people who couldn't make it in a respectable job. It's for people who are lazy, desperate, or failed at life.
That's completely wrong. You don't know anything about it. And you're not just insulting me, you're insulting everyone who works hard in that industry. Also, I will not let you talk badly about Mom like that. She doesn't deserve it.
Huh? What are you even talking about? It's Mom's fault we went through all that hardship growing up. She couldn't even keep Dad from leaving us. She's the one who let all this happen. Don't act like you've never been angry at her for that.
That's not true. How could you think that way? Olivia, what have you been watching all these years? Haven't you seen how hard she works? Every day, every single day, she pushed herself for us. She worked herself to the bone just to give us a better life.
Yeah, I saw it. It was pathetic. Watching her scrape by like that, barely making ends meet, it was embarrassing.
I see. So that's how you really feel.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. What's the problem? Did I say something wrong?
No, you're free to feel however you want. Do as you please.
Good. Then hurry up and take Mom out of here already.
All right, I'll do as you asked. I'll take Mom out of the venue. But just know this, you're making a terrible mistake. One day, you'll regret what you've done.
Wait a minute. There's something I need to say.
What now? I'm already leaving with Mom, just like you told me to.
Honestly, you should have left a lot sooner. You were never supposed to come in the first place.
So, what's it you want to say? Make it quick.
Yeah, I know. What I want to say is this. From now on, I don't want you or Mom involved in my life. Stay out of it completely.
You mean you want to cut all ties with us?
That's exactly what I mean. I'm glad you understand quickly.
First you tell me not to attend the ceremony, and now you want to cut ties completely? Honestly, I am shocked. So all those times before the wedding, when you excitedly showed us the pamphlets and plans for your big day, was that all a lie?
Was that all a lie? Yes, it was. I was just pretending to be a good daughter, playing the part of someone who cared. Consider it my last act of familial duty. But starting today, I'm officially a part of my husband's family, and you two are nothing but a burden. So cut ties with me. It would be a real nuisance if you came back into my life later, asking for money because you were struggling.
Is this something that your husband's family also wants?
I wouldn't know, but I'm sure they feel the same way I do.
I see. Well, if that's what you want, then fine.
Oh, that was a quick response. I didn't expect you to agree so easily.
What? Did you want me to put up a fight?
Of course not, but I thought you'd be more attached. I always figured you were the type who would cling to money, so this is a bit surprising.
Don't worry, Mom understands too, and she agrees with this decision.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. So, from now on, we're nothing more than strangers to each other. Is that clear?
Yes, I understand.
Just don't come back crying to me later, begging for help. I won't be there for you.
You don't need to worry about that. I can guarantee that's never going to happen.
Hey, what are you going to do about this? This is all your fault.
What? I thought we agreed not to contact each other anymore.
Shut up. This is an emergency.
What's going on?
The wedding has been canceled.
What? Why?
It's all because of you. You said unnecessary things to my husband's parents.
Unnecessary things? I didn't say anything like that. All I did was tell them that we were leaving. Of course, I explained in detail why we were leaving, but that's it.
That's the problem. My father-in-law got furious because of what you said. He's saying things like he won't let his son marry someone who doesn't respect their parents.
Oh, really? Isn't your father-in-law someone who values appearances and family reputation?
Apparently, he knew about the kind of environment I grew up in, and he was actually impressed by it.
Looks like it. You must have told your husband about us, didn't you? It seems your father-in-law heard about it too.
Yeah, I guess that's why he couldn't forgive me for treating you and Mom like that.
Oh, and by the way, I also made sure to bring up the money situation.
What do you mean by that?
You know exactly what I mean. Since you were about to become a doctor's wife, you went on a shopping spree buying all sorts of expensive things on credit, right? You said your husband would take care of all of it after the wedding.
Wait, you told them about that too? Are you serious?
Olivia, are you misunderstanding something here? You seem to think that being married to a doctor means you're going to live a life of luxury.
Of course I do. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? What's wrong with that?
Well, the kind of doctor you're imagining is a self-employed one, right?
What's that supposed to mean?
There are doctors who work for hospitals, and then there are doctors who run their own private clinics. The ones who make huge amounts of money are the private practitioners.
So, what about my husband?
He's a salaried doctor. So he's not earning anywhere near the kind of money you're imagining, like a couple $100,000 a year.
No way.
Well, with everything that's happened now, I'm not sure if the wedding is even going to take place, so it probably doesn't matter to you anymore.
Wait, please, you have to come back right now and join the wedding. If you do, maybe my father-in-law and my husband will change their minds.
No way. Why would I do that?
Because this is an emergency. I'm your only sister, and I'm in serious trouble here.
You said we're not family anymore, remember?
Oh, fine. Forget it. I'll just ask Mom for help.
Mom probably feels the same way I do.
There's no way that's true. I'm her daughter, the one she carried for 9 months and gave birth to. Mom would never abandon me. She'll always be on my side.
Well, I respect whatever decision Mom makes.
Just you wait. Don't you dare say anything to Mom that might change her mind.
Yeah, I understand.
Mom, are you on your way home right now? Yes, I am. Just as you wished. I'm heading back. No, that's a complete lie. A lie? What do you mean by that? I would never say that I want you and Jennifer to go home. That's all a lie that Jennifer told you. Jennifer, that's nonsense. I know it's hard to believe, but listen, Jennifer is jealous of me and my happiness. She would do anything to sabotage my wedding. And look what happened. She actually did ruin it. Ruin the wedding? What are you talking about? Exactly that. Because both of you said you wouldn't come. Jennifer made a false reason and told my father-in-law about it. When he heard that, he got furious. If this keeps up, not only will the wedding be off, but my whole marriage is at stake. Mom, please, you need to turn around and come back right now. Olivia, I'm really sorry, but I can't do that. Why not? Because you were the one who pushed us away. But that was Jennifer's lie. There's no way she would do something like that. She's always been the one to support your happiness more than anyone else. That's a lie. She couldn't stand the thought of being forced into the nightlife industry while I'm living a life of luxury. She presented me for it. No, she chose to enter that world herself, and she did it for your sake. Wait, what do you mean by that? Listen to me carefully. Jennifer was a brilliant student. She could have easily gone to a good university, but she understood that if she pursued her dreams, you wouldn't have the opportunity to attend college yourself. So she gave up her dreams and chose a path in the nightlife industry to make sure you had a chance. There's no way she would destroy your wedding after everything she sacrificed for you. You've completely disregarded her feelings. So that's how it is. Yes, I used to think of you as my beloved daughter. You were my pride and joy, but now that feeling has faded. I can't keep this up anymore. Don't contact me again. I don't even want to see your face. But Mom, this isn't fair. You're just believing Jennifer's side without even considering mine. It's not about fairness, Olivia. It's about reality. You've hurt Jennifer deeply, and now you're trying to twist the story to make yourself look like the victim. You need to take responsibility for your actions. I can't believe you're saying this. After all the times I've supported you, you're just going to abandon me now? I'm your daughter. Yes, you are my daughter, but that doesn't mean I can condone your behavior. You've been selfish and ungrateful. Jennifer did everything she could to support you, and yet you throw her under the bus. I didn't throw her under the bus. I was just trying to defend myself. I wanted my wedding to be perfect. Isn't that what every bride wants? Of course every bride wants her wedding to be perfect, but at what cost? You've ruined relationships that can't be easily mended. You have no idea how much pain you've caused. So you're just going to cut me off completely, just like that? If that's what it takes for you to understand the consequences of your actions, then yes. I can't be part of your life if you continue down this path. It's heartbreaking for me, but I must do what's best for myself and for Jennifer. You don't mean that. You can't just walk away. I need you. I need both of you. And what about what Jennifer needs? Have you ever thought about that? You've always put yourself first, and it's time you realize that family is more than just blood. It's about love and respect. You've shown neither. I was just trying to have my moment, to finally have my dream wedding. Dreams don't come at the expense of others, Olivia. You need to learn that. For now, I'm choosing to distance myself. If you ever wish to reconcile, you need to start with an apology. Not just to me, but to Jennifer too. Mom, please. Goodbye, Olivia. Hey, not even Mom will listen to me anymore.
Well, that's only to be expected. Why are you surprised?
What should I do? At this rate, I'm going to lose everything.
I don't know what to tell you. This is your own doing.
Hey, how about this? If you come back right now, I'll ask my father-in-law to take care of you guys. It could really work out well for everyone.
Huh?
If you stop working in the nightlife, then you won't have to work at all. Doesn't that sound great for both of us?
I don't need that.
Why not?
You seem to be misunderstanding something. I take pride in my current job. Sure, I started it for the money, but now I enjoy what I do. Plus, I'm actually about to open my own place.
Wait, what?
I've been saving my salary every month. Soon I'll be able to open a shop in Miami.
Miami? Do you really have that much money?
You'd be surprised. I earn about $100,000 a month even now.
What? Is this for real?
Absolutely. So I'll take care of myself, thank you very much. You don't need to worry about me.
So you're just going to abandon me, huh?
You're the one who pushed us away in the first place. Don't act like a victim.
Fine. Then I'll consider this a complete break from our relationship.
I've been saying that all along.
I'll call off the marriage myself, too.
Oh, is that so? I thought you dreamed of being a doctor's wife.
I didn't know doctors didn't make that much money. From now on, I'll marry someone who earns a lot more, so it's fine.
Sure, do whatever you want.
And when I become rich, I'll come visit your shop as a customer.
No, thank you.
I'm definitely coming. I can't wait to see the look on your face when you realize I'm successful.
Honestly, I couldn't care less.
Well then, I'll go speak with my in-laws. This is really goodbye for us.
Oh, wait a minute.
What now? It's too late for forgiveness.
That's not what I meant. I forgot to mention something important.
Huh? What is it?
I'm going to need you to pay back the money I lent you.
What do you mean, lent?
I'm talking about your tuition and living expenses during college.
What?
Isn't that obvious?
You lent me that money for my sake, right?
That's right. I'm your mother, after all.
This can't be happening. Are you serious?
Of course, the total amount for 4 years of tuition and living expenses adds up to around $100,000. You'll need to pay me back every penny.
That's impossible. I was planning on quitting my job because of this marriage.
I know that, but it doesn't change anything.
Wait, this can't be real.
Stop whining. This is the consequence of your actions.
But I haven't done anything wrong.
Really? You have no idea how many people have helped you along the way? You didn't even try to understand their sacrifices. And when you started to find some success, you were ready to cut us off without a second thought. But when things go wrong, suddenly you expect us to help you out? That doesn't work like that. Your current situation isn't just handed to you. You're standing on the shoulders of everyone who supported you.
Jennifer, please, just listen to me.
I've listened plenty. I have heard your selfish excuses more than enough. Both Mom and I are fed up with your whims. Don't ever show your face in front of me again.
I'm about to lose everything. You're the only ones I can rely on now.
Stop it. Don't cling to us anymore. From now on, we won't care what happens to you. Live however you want, but you will pay back that money. That's a promise.
How's Olivia doing?
It seems she's finally given up. Right now she's talking things over with her family.
Oh, I see. Do you think I might have said too much?
Not at all. The truth is, it's Olivia's own fault for acting so selfishly. She's been doing whatever she wants without considering how it affects others.
That's true. But I just hope she realizes her mistakes and learns from this experience.
Exactly. From now on, you should focus solely on your own happiness. I want you to be happy above all else.
Well, my happiness is tied to you being happy too.
That's sweet. If that's the case, I want to be with you for a long time to come. Your happiness means a lot to me.
I promise I'll do my best to make you happy. I want to repay all the love and support you've given me over the years.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's nice to know that we're in this together. We can support each other as long as we move forward.
Absolutely. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and I'll do everything I can to help you find it.
I believe we will. Let's make the most of the time we have together.
Yes, let's cherish every moment. I want you to live a long, happy life.
Of course, that's the plan. The wedding ceremony that had been so eagerly anticipated came to an abrupt halt, resulting in the cancellation of the entire event and effectively rendering the engagement null and void. This sudden upheaval transformed what should have been a joyous occasion into a moment of profound disappointment for Olivia. As she navigated the aftermath of this unexpected turn of events, she found herself grappling with feelings of isolation and uncertainty, left to pick up the pieces of her shattered dreams. After the cancellation of the ceremony, Olivia was faced with the reality of being single and alone. The life she had envisioned for herself, a life filled with love, companionship, and shared aspirations, seemed to drift further away with each passing day. In the wake of the emotional turmoil, she knew that she needed to take action to regain control of her life. Determined to establish some stability, she began to search for employment, fueled by a desperate need to find purpose and direction. Olivia's search was anything but easy. She tirelessly scoured job boards and submitted countless applications, hoping that her qualifications would resonate with potential employers. However, despite her relentless efforts and enthusiasm, the responses she received were overwhelmingly negative. It felt as though she were caught in a whirlwind of rejection, with each no echoing louder than the last, chipping away at her confidence and leaving her feeling increasingly discouraged. As weeks turned into months without any offers of employment, the weight of her situation began to sink in. Bills were piling up, and the pressure to find a stable income grew heavier with each passing day. It became clear that her savings would not last forever, and the thought of financial instability loomed ominously over her. In this state of desperation, Olivia made the difficult decision to accept part-time work, despite the fact that it was far from the ideal situation she had envisioned for herself. The part-time job she took on provided a small measure of relief, but did little to alleviate her longing for a more luxurious lifestyle. Even as she worked to make ends meet, the desire for a life filled with comfort and opulence continued to linger in her mind. The allure of fine dining, beautiful clothing, and lavish experiences haunted her thoughts, reminding her of the life she once dreamed of living. Unfortunately, this longing soon manifested in detrimental ways. Olivia began spending beyond her means, making purchases that her limited income could not support. She bought trendy clothes that she couldn't afford, dined at restaurants that were out of her budget, and indulged in little luxuries that momentarily distracted her from her financial reality. Each time she swiped her credit card or spent cash she didn't have, it was as if she were trying to buy a fleeting sense of happiness and fulfillment. This reckless spending did not go unnoticed. In a matter of time, her mounting debts began to overwhelm her. The very dream that had motivated her to work hard and strive for a better life became a source of her anxiety. With bills piling up and creditors beginning to call, Olivia found herself in a precarious financial situation that seemed almost impossible to escape. Faced with the grim reality of her circumstances, Olivia made yet another drastic decision. She turned to the nightlife industry, a realm that promised quick cash and an escape from her financial woes. Many people find themselves in similar situations, lured by the promise of glamour and excitement. Olivia believed that by stepping into this world, she could regain control of her life and finally experience the luxuries she had longed for. However, the nightlife scene proved to be a double-edged sword. While it initially seemed like an opportunity for quick financial gain, it also came with its own set of challenges and pitfalls. Olivia quickly discovered that the nightlife industry was not as glamorous as it appeared. The pressure to maintain a certain image, the long hours, and the unpredictable nature of the work took a toll on her. Despite her best efforts to fit in and make a name for herself, Olivia struggled to accept the demands of the nightlife environment. She moved from one establishment to another, hoping for a fresh start with each new job. But her luck seemed to run out all too soon. Each time she was let go, it felt like a blow to her already fragile self-esteem. The competitive nature of the industry proved overwhelming, and she often found herself feeling lost and disheartened. As her struggles continued, Olivia's life began to revolve around avoiding debt collectors and managing the constant anxiety that accompanied her financial instability. It was a precarious existence, and I couldn't help but feel a profound sense of empathy for her. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of how quickly circumstances can shift, how dreams can dissolve into nightmares, and how easily life can lead us astray. On the other hand, my journey has taken a different trajectory, one that has led me to finally realize my long-held dream of opening my own business. After years of hard work, planning, and perseverance, I was able to launch my shop, a space that I had envisioned as a haven for both employees and customers. The process of starting my business was no small feat. It required meticulous planning, financial investment, and an unwavering commitment to my vision. I poured my heart and soul into creating an environment that would foster joy and positivity. My goal was not only to succeed financially, but also to uplift those who worked alongside me and create a welcoming atmosphere for our customers. Each day, I strive to make this shop a place of happiness and connection. I take pride in the relationships I've built with my staff, encouraging them to share their ideas and contribute to the business's success. We work together as a team, and I genuinely believe that our collective efforts create a unique and vibrant environment. As I look around my shop, I see the smiles of my employees and the satisfaction of our customers. Each interaction is a reminder of why I embarked on this journey in the first place. It's about more than just profit. It's about building a community and providing a space where people can come together to enjoy their experiences. There's a unique satisfaction that comes from knowing that my efforts contribute to the happiness of others. The experience of running my own business has been both challenging and rewarding. Each day brings new lessons, and I am constantly learning how to improve and adapt to the needs of my customers. I take pride in creating an atmosphere that feels welcoming and inclusive, where everyone feels valued. The joy that comes from seeing our customers leave with smiles on their faces is truly priceless. Amidst my professional achievements, my personal life has flourished as well. My mother, who has been my unwavering support throughout my journey, is in great health and spirits. Our bond has grown stronger over the years, and I cherish the time we spend together. Recently, we made a promise to each other to embark on an overseas trip together. The anticipation of this adventure fills me with excitement. Traveling has always been a passion of mine, and the thought of exploring new cultures and creating memories with my mother is something I cherish deeply. This trip will not only be an escape from our daily routines, but also an opportunity for us to bond together. Together, we will experience the joy of discovering new places, tasting different cuisines, and meeting new people. I can already imagine the laughter we will share, the stories we will tell, and the moments that will strengthen our connection. Reflecting on the diverging paths that Olivia and I have taken, I'm struck by the unpredictable nature of life. While I've been fortunate enough to carve out a fulfilling existence, Olivia's struggles highlight the importance of resilience and adaptability. The journey to happiness is often fraught with obstacles, and the choices we make can lead us down very different roads. I genuinely hope that Olivia can find her way back to stability and fulfillment. Life is a way of testing us, but I believe that with determination and support, she can overcome the challenges she faces. The experiences we encounter shape who we are, and it's crucial to learn from both our successes and our setbacks. As I continue to nurture my business and support my loved ones, I hold on to hope that Olivia will find her path to happiness once again. Every individual deserves a chance at fulfillment, regardless of the obstacles they encounter. Life is unpredictable, but I firmly believe that resilience and perseverance can lead to brighter days. As I look forward to my upcoming trip with my mother, I am reminded of the significance of family and the bonds we share. These moments together are precious, and they provide us with the strength to face whatever life throws our way. The joy of traveling, experiencing new horizons, and experiencing the beauty of the world is something we both deserve. Our journey will be more than just an escape. It will be a collaboration of our efforts and the experiences that have shaped us. I anticipate the moments we will share, the laughter, the late-night conversations, and the beautiful sights we will witness together. This trip will undoubtedly enrich our lives and strengthen our connection. In the grand tapestry of life, joy and sorrow coexist. As Olivia navigates her challenges, I remain dedicated to fostering positivity in my life and the lives of those around me. Each day is an opportunity to create joy, and I am committed to making the most of every moment. Though our paths may differ, I hold on to the belief that both Olivia and I can find our respective places of contentment and fulfillment. The road may be long, but with hope and determination, we can both emerge stronger and wiser. As I move forward, I remain focused on nurturing happiness in my life and in the lives of those I care about. Ultimately, life is a journey filled with lessons. Whether it's through success or hardship, each experience shapes us in profound ways. I'm committed to learning from every moment, using both the highs and lows to fuel my growth. As I continue to chase my dreams, I hope to inspire others, including Olivia, to embrace their journeys with resilience and hope. In this journey of life, we often find ourselves at crossroads where choices must be made and paths must be chosen. For Olivia, her journey has been a winding road filled with unexpected twists and turns. I hope that she finds the strength within herself to navigate these challenges and emerge on the other side with renewed purpose. In the face of adversity, it's essential to remember that every setback can be a setup for a comeback. Just as I have faced my own obstacles on the path to success, I believe that Olivia can also rise above her circumstances. The journey may be long and arduous, but I have faith in her ability to adapt and thrive. As I prepare for my trip with my mother, I look forward to sharing experiences that will deepen our bond and create lasting memories. The world is vast and full of wonders, and I am excited to explore it with the person who has been my greatest supporter. Together, we will embark on an adventure filled with laughter, discovery, and love.
James, where are you right now? You're done with work already, right? It's already past your regular work hours. Did something happen?
I'm sorry to worry you. Everything's fine, no worries. I just have more work to be done today. I'll be home after I finish this, maybe about an hour or so.
What? Another hour? Why? What's taking you so long?
What do you mean, why? There's urgent work that needs to be done before tomorrow. I'll just finish this and I'll head straight home.
Why would you do such a thing? What are you going to do with dinner?
I'll be done after about an hour. But if you're starving already, just go ahead and eat before me.
Eat before you? What do you expect me to eat? There's nothing edible I can eat for dinner. And you call yourself engaged to me? Are you seriously thinking we can get married in this state?
What's wrong? What are you talking about? What do you mean by not being able to get married in this state?
First of all, you don't cook dinner. I can't eat dinner because there's nothing else to eat. Also, we are going to become husband and wife soon. I can't believe we're going to eat separately. This is unbelievable. Couples don't eat separately. Families don't eat separately, too.
I'm sorry about that. I'll try to go home as early as I can. I just told you that if you're starving already, you can eat ahead of me. Because I felt bad to make you wait. That's just what I wanted to say to you.
That's not what you're thinking of me means.
What are you saying?
All I want is to eat together with you. You don't understand me at all, James.
You're right, Alyssa. I'm sorry about that.
I mean, you know what? I just noticed that you didn't clean the bathroom.
I think I forgot to clean the bathroom yesterday. I'm sorry about that, too.
Are you fine with that? You're not bothered at all? That the bathroom is not clean? You think you can become a husband with that kind of behavior? You've been slacking off ever since we got engaged. How can I expect you to be a good father to our future children?
I'm sorry. I'll apologize for that, but why is it that I have to do all the chores at home?
Huh? What are you complaining about? That's a given, you know. My father used to do all the chores at home. My mother was also working, so Dad did most of the chores at home. That's why you need to do the same too, James. Just like my father used to.
But haven't you been helping me with household chores before we got engaged?
That's right, before we got engaged. But after our engagement, we lived together, so things will be different from now on. I will be managing your payroll, and you will do all the chores at home from now on. If you won't do that, I can't marry you.
What? You won't marry me if I don't do all the chores? But I work too, you know. What kind of twisted thinking is that? So, are you saying that the reason why you helped with the household chores is it because we weren't living together?
That's right. Now you're starting to understand me. Now that we're living together, we can see what we'll be like when we get married, right? That's why I thought that. I might want you to become aware of these things. If you're going to be my husband, you need to become aware of your role as a husband. These things I told you about are common sense.
But you know what, Alyssa? We're different from your parents. We're not your parents. I think it would be better for us if we find our way of doing things. Don't you think so too?
What do you mean by that? I don't get where you're going at all.
There are more times when I arrive home later than you, and so I won't be able to cook dinner for us all the time. We can make it work by being more flexible with our thinking, How about the one who comes home first cooks dinner? If we don't do it like that, I think it will be difficult for me to cook all the time.
Are you telling me to do the household chores as well? When I'm also working just like you are? How could you ask me to do that? That's too much of you to ask from me.
Too much? What do you mean too much?
My dad never asked my mom to do the chores at home. Not even once. You're unbelievable, James. Do you seriously want to marry me with that attitude?
Of course I want to marry you. That's the whole point of proposing to you. But frankly speaking, to do all the chores by myself without help from you is impossible. It's only been a week since we started living together, but never have I expected you to not do anything at all. That's why I'm starting to feel tired now.
How awful of you to say that! I never expected you to say such a horrible thing.
Also, if that's what you wanted to do all along, I wish you told me about it before we lived together. I wanted to discuss it with you and decide together too as a couple. But the moment we started living in together, you told me to do everything because you don't want to do house chores. Since you told me that after we started living together, I was of course shocked by that. It's just a normal reaction for someone to be surprised by something bad.
Ugh, James, you really are the worst.
What? Why do you think so?
Never would I have ever thought that you're that kind of man. What do you mean? Because by refusing to do the chores at home, you're implying that household chores are what women do. I never thought that's how you think of women as. You're too horrible. I feel like you've betrayed me.
What are you saying? Do you even hear yourself? I'm sorry, I don't understand you at all.
You're busy at work, so you're telling me to do the chores at home.
That's not it. You're not understanding me. What I was trying to tell you is that we need to cooperate to make this thing work.
My dad never said that to my mom because he respected my mom's work.
But aren't your parents divorced?
Why would you say that? That's irrelevant from what we're talking about right now.
You're right. I'm sorry about that.
If you won't understand me, we'll break off our engagement.
What? You're breaking off our engagement for this minor reason?
That's right. But it's not a minor reason, and it means a lot to me.
Our wedding is next month, you know.
That's right. That's why we would be troubling a lot of people. I'm going to demand alimony too from you, you know. So brace yourself.
Are you seriously saying that? Are saying that if I don't agree to do all the household chores for the rest of my life, you're going to break off our engagement?
That's right. You heard me correctly. If you don't promise to do that, I'll be calling our wedding off and you won't be able to marry me. You don't get paid much and you don't look that good. But I chose you because you look like you're going to help me with household chores. If this is the case, I should have been better off marrying my ex-boyfriend.
So you didn't choose me for me. nor because you were attracted to me. You chose me based on whether I will do chores or not after we get married.
Of course that's a given. It's common sense. Did you think that you have good qualities? Other than good at cooking and a good homemaker? I'm sorry to hit you with the truth, but you're not attractive at all. Other than those qualities I've mentioned earlier, the only reason why I agreed to marry you was because you looked like you would do the chores at home after we got married. No other reasons at all whatsoever.
You really are quite frank, aren't you?
That's why, if you can't do everything I said, I won't marry you. You should pay alimony and break off our engagement.
Understood, just as you said.
I'm glad to hear that you understand me. Come home as early as you can, okay? Of course, you should prioritize home instead of work, okay? My dad used to come home on time every night, so...
No, what I meant by understood is, I understood that we will break off our engagement.
Huh? What are you saying? That joke is not funny at all.
That's because it's not a joke.
What do you mean it's not a joke?
The house is under my name, so will you please leave the house? You still have some things left in the previous house, so it's not yet being cancelled, right? Because you said that you'll leave it that way until we get married. You'll probably be able to go back to that house now, right? I don't think it's too late yet.
Wait a minute. I don't follow what you're saying. What do you mean? Are you trying to kick me out?
If you want to stay in our current house, you can change it to your name. Because I will leave instead. But I was the one who covered all the expenses for moving in, and if you want to live there, Alyssa, then I would be glad if you would cover my expenses moving out. Because I will have to look for a different place, you know?
Are you saying that? Does that mean you're going to cancel our wedding?
I think that's for the best. Let me tell you frankly, I can't become like your father, Alyssa. I wanted us to search our path and live our own lives by our terms, but now that I heard the only reason why you agreed to marry me, I don't think we'll become happy even if we get married.
I might have said too much, but how horrible of you to break off our engagement instantaneously.
You're the one who asked for it, didn't you? You forced me to choose whether to do all the chores at home despite having a full-time job, or to break off our engagement and go our separate ways. You said that earlier, remember? I love you, Alyssa. I didn't want to break up with you, but I can't do this anymore. I don't feel like we can be a couple anymore. Also, I won't pay alimony to you. It's a problem we both have. So I want you to pay for half of the cancellation fee for the wedding ceremony.
What? Cancel the wedding? Are you seriously asking me to pay for the cancellation?
We won't be getting married, so of course we're not going to have a wedding ceremony. I mean, I paid for all the expenses for the wedding ceremony, so you should pay half of the cancellation fee to me.
Wait a minute. Everything is happening so fast. I can't keep up with it.
There's one more thing I wanted to tell you. You took my bank's cash card and credit card from my wallet, didn't you?
Huh? Well, I did take it, but it was only because I need to manage our finances. So I thought it's just normal to do that.
Stuff like that? Don't you think it's normal to ask me first?
But I didn't think of using it for my own, so...
I wasn't done. Don't cut me off like that. I was out to meet a client outside the office and I couldn't make the payment, so I ended up having to go back and forth. That's why I'm working overtime. I even inconvenienced my clients thanks to your doing.
I didn't know that.
I can't live peacefully with someone who does things like that without asking me first. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave the house? Or are you going to pay for my expenses moving out and stay there yourself?
I want to get married. I already told everyone that I'm getting married, and I'm thinking of resigning next month. So I was preparing for that, but...
What did you just say? I haven't heard about that too. So, does that mean that you're going to become a housewife, manage my money, and make me do all the chores at home?
If you say it like that, it might sound like that, but I also have things to do, you know? Like preparing to welcome a baby when I get pregnant, and stuff like that.
You decide everything too much without consulting me. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have broken off the engagement. I will contact your parents and tell them the news and why we've come to this decision.
What are you planning to tell them? Are you seriously going to do that?
Of course I will. I don't know yet if I will be able to demand it in the form of alimony, but as for the cancellation fee for the wedding ceremony, I would definitely ask you to cover half of it. But I'm actually glad that I found this out before we got married.
I want to get married! Please, James!
If you want to find someone willing to do the chores for you, then you should strive to become rich and hire someone to do the household chores for you. That would make things easier, I think. Stop forcing your ideals on others. If you're planning on quitting your job when you get married, and if you don't even plan on doing the household chores, I feel really relieved that I didn't marry you. Anyway, leave immediately, okay?
After that, Alyssa tried to contact James several times, but James didn't take any of her calls, nor replied to any of her messages. James reported to Alyssa's parents what their daughter has done, and explained everything that happened. Rumors say that Alyssa's mother apologized to James, that she might have failed in raising her daughter. Alyssa ended up quitting her job. As the cancellation fee for the wedding, Alyssa borrowed money from her parents and was somehow able to pay James. Rumors also say that she went back to her hometown and started looking for work there. After that, she attempted to look for a partner, but with her age being 35 years old and her demands of making the man do the household chores, she didn't get matched to anyone at all. If your ambitions are too high, higher than what you deserve, I guess you won't end up happy.
Hey, Delta! I need to talk to you about something. I've had enough of you. You're just getting too old. I can't do this anymore. I don't think we can continue living together any longer. It's driving me crazy!
Huh? Tyson, are you kidding me with this? Why are you saying this all of a sudden? What have I done to make you say this? You know I'm getting really excited because it's the day before I'm due to have this baby. And where are you? You're supposed to be here with me helping take care of the preparations. Why aren't you coming back home? I could really use your help right now. You're my husband after all.
Because whenever I come home and see your huge belly, I get really depressed and start to miss my old life. That's why I don't want you come home right now. When I go to work, there's no problems for me to deal with or to think about. Just the work that's on my desk.
That's such a rude thing to say to the woman who's carrying your child in her stomach. There's no need to say such terrible things to me when I already feel self-conscious about myself. Don't you realize you're being really insensitive towards my feelings? I'm pregnant with your little girl. I can't help but be this large. They need all the room they can get.
I don't get it. How are you not embarrassed by that? You know, being so round as a bowling ball?
I don't get what you're saying. What do I have to be embarrassed about? Pregnancy is a normal thing that some women go through if they wanted to have children. Why should I feel bad for that?
Well, you should be embarrassed. You know, it's crazy that you're pregnant at the age that you are now. I'd be so embarrassed being an old hag and pregnant at the same time.
Are you seriously saying this sort of crap to me right now? These are our children that you're insulting right now. It's not like I got pregnant all by myself. I had help from you as well. It's not only me who got myself pregnant.
But if you ask me, it's all young people having children. Giving birth at an old age seems like so much of a big deal.
Young people? What are you talking about? Is there something that you want to say to me? Even if you say something that I don't want to hear, it's too late to do anything about it. I'm already pregnant. Heavily pregnant, if you didn't notice.
I've always wanted a child, and now I get my chance to be a mother. After trying to get pregnant for 5 years, I was able to finally get pregnant at 43 years old. Women that age can still have children. Look, I don't want you saying something rude and degrading just before I'm due to give birth.
Well, guess I got no choice but to throw you away like I should have ages ago.
What are you on about? Throw me away? What's that supposed to mean? I honestly don't understand what you meant before, but I'm sick of you bad-mouthing me. What you're saying is so cruel. I don't need this. I'm so tired too, so could you please stop this nonsense?
Look, I'm just gonna say it. I've got a new girlfriend, and she's 21, and so much better than an old hag like you.
Excuse me? What do you mean? Are you saying that you have a side piece? You've been cheating on me behind my back?
Yeah, of course. And I think she wants to marry me. But you're getting in my way of doing that. To be honest, you're a complete eyesore. It's hard to look at you all the time. I want to live in the house with my new girlfriend. So would you please leave so she can move in?
Now hold on just a minute. Is this some kind of sick joke? Are you pranking me right now? You're wanting to kick me out of my own house. You do realize that your own daughter is going to be born within the next few days? Do you hear what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying. I'm not dumb. I just have no interest in what happens to you or what you're carrying. There is no such thing as love between us, Delta. Just trying to be honest here.
Are you being serious with what you're saying right now? I can't believe what's going on. So you've got no interest in me or our child anymore?
No. So would you please get out of the house now and out of my life? I don't know how many times I've got to tell you what I want. I'm sure they'll admit you to the hospital, so at least you don't have to give birth on the streets. So, can't you just move on and let me live my life? It would make things so much easier for me and my girlfriend. I want to get divorced before the baby's born. Custody issues are just going to cause a lot of trouble for both of us.
Why are you jumping to these conclusions so quickly? I don't understand why you're treating me like this. This is the worst thing you've ever done to me. Don't you get that? I can't believe what you're saying to me. I'll never forgive you for this. You're not being serious, are you? Tell me that this is just a joke and that you're going to come back to me.
I'm being serious, Delta. For goodness sake, I've already made my decision about what I want. Stop trying to get me back. I don't get why you think it's still a joke at this point. I've been very clear with you. I'm telling you to get out of my life. I can't help what's happened to you. You need to deal with it on your own. You can stay at the house until you need to be admitted to the hospital. But by the time that happens, you need to pack your things so they can be moved out. I'll leave the divorce papers for you to sign, so that this is over and done with.
You're being so cruel to me, Tyson. How could you do this to a pregnant woman who's carrying your child? You're saying such terrible things, even though we're having a child together. This is supposed to be a happy time, and I thought you wanted a child as much as I did. I'm so disappointed in what you're doing to me, and you should be disappointed in yourself.
Nope. You're the only one who's feeling disappointed. I think it's disgusting and impossible for an old woman to give birth to a child. Hurry up and get out of here, and just raise the child by yourself. You'll have no troubles anyway, if you wanted to be a mother.
You say these things so easily, like you're physically throwing me out the door. I can't believe what's happening. I thought you'd be there for me. How dare you kick me out of the house under these circumstances? I'm surprised at how low you've sunk. I was such a fool to believe in everything you said about me when we got together and decided to have children. On the other hand, maybe this will be a good thing for me, but who knows?
What are you even rambling about? You know I don't care, so I don't hear it. I want this over so that I can get married to my girlfriend quickly. I don't want to be with an old hag that has a huge belly that sticks out. I've got a young, cute girlfriend that I want to be with.
You're so mature calling me an old hag just like it means nothing. Don't you realize that you're an old man in his 40s?
I'm still younger than you, and have more energy and life in me.
Oh, so that's why you want to be with someone that's more than half your age, because you want your youth back? So do you really think that a 21-year-old girl is really in love with you, an old man?
You're just jealous. So of course you've got no understanding of the situation. After all, she's more than 20 years younger than you, right? She's more young and beautiful than you. If you'd given birth earlier in life, it wouldn't be strange to call her a child. Do you really think you can compete with her? We're in love with each other, and you're in the way. So you need to disappear.
Oh, is that how it is? I fully understand what you're saying now. I get your point. It seems like there's no point in talking about this anymore. I'm not going to get anywhere with this. It seems like your mind is completely occupied on this young, cute girl you have. And it seems like you've got no interest in the cute daughter that I'm about to give birth to.
Do you really think you can love that kid you're about to push out of you?
Huh? What are you talking about? How could I possibly hate a child?
It would be impossible to love a child that's been birthed by a 43-year-old hag. I intend on getting remarried to a younger and more beautiful woman. I can't believe she's only 21. And I want a divorce from you. It's as simple as that.
Don't you think you're going to regret what you've said and going to do to me?
What are you on about? I've got nothing that I want to take back. I'm not going to regret anything.
On the contrary, thank you for being so disgusting to me. I really appreciate it. To be honest, I think I can just blow off everything you've just said to me. I'll also get ready and go and have this baby all on my own. I'm strong enough to do it all on my own. I'll sign the divorce papers and you can come back here and pick them up. You can file them with the courts yourself.
Well, you've got no other choice but to do that. Okay, I'll get it sorted. I'd really appreciate it if you could divorce me properly so I can move on.
Also, there are some other documents that I have that I need you to sign, so I'll prepare all the paperwork so you can sign it and be on your way.
Wait, what? What documents are you wanting me to sign? You're not trying to divide up the property, are you? I have no intention on giving up the house. You're not wanting child support, are you? I don't want anything to do with the child, so I shouldn't have to pay you anything for it.
I've got no intention of taking your money, Tyson. I'm just asking you to return the money that I lent you. But this time it's not about that. I just wanted to get custody of the child so that we've got no worries.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. It's definitely better to sort all this out now, so we're clear on everything we want. I don't want to pay anything to you or the child for the rest of my life.
Okay, I understand. I see what you want. I'll just prepare the documents that I spoke about before. I'll just go and do that now, so if you'll excuse me, I need to go and do that.
Delta, are you there? I just tried calling you, but you didn't pick up, so I thought I'd send a message instead. Are you busy right now? I really need to talk with you right now, so please call me back when you see these messages. Could you please answer your phone for once?
Why should I answer my phone, Tyson? I've got nothing to talk to you about. So what's the urgency?
Why are you being like this? Don't say things like that to me. Now come on, be a bit more reasonable. You can make time to talk to me. You always have.
I can't make time to talk to you anymore. I'm way too busy trying to look after the child I just gave birth to not so long ago. I've got a lot of things to do. I'd rather not make time to talk to you. You're a complete scumbag in my eyes now. What do you even want, Tyson?
Oh, so you did give birth? Was the birth okay? There were no complications, right? I guess a congratulations is in order.
I don't need your celebratory remarks, Tyson. I was happy to do it all by myself. The baby was born over a month ago.
Oh, really? You gave birth a month ago? Are you really going to be like this? This is going to make our conversation very difficult.
The day that you kicked me out of the house, my water broke. I had to rush myself to the hospital and I gave birth right then and there. So you're going to tell me what you want or not?
Okay, I'll tell you. Something terrible has happened. Delta, I really need you to come back to me. Would you please do that?
Are you for real, Tyson? This is a joke, right? Why should I even come anywhere near you after the way you've treated me?
I'm in big trouble here, and I could use your help. You're good at helping me with many things. I'd like to meet you in person, so we can have a discussion about what I want to tell you. So if you could, please meet up with me again, so we can fix our relationship.
Are you kidding me with this crap? Don't you remember how you threw me out and what you said to me? Are you insane? It's so disgusting that you're asking me to get together with you, especially in such a hurry. I'm not doing any such thing. Did you only just realize that you've got no money or savings at all?
Wait, what? How do you know that I wanted to talk about that?
I knew that you were going to mention your money situation. You're so predictable. I was the one who paid the mortgage and all the payments for the house. Even though you started living with your young and hot girlfriend, you didn't know how to pay for the expenses because I did it all. I guess you ran out of love to give, I guess.
How are the loans so expensive? How did you pay for them up until now? I don't get it.
What? How? With money, duh. Yes, I've been paying for all the bills because you have to when you own a house.
What? Really? You're the one who was paying for it? I thought that it was someone else's responsibility.
Oh my God, Tyson, did no one explain to you how bills work? I've been saying how I pay the bills for a while. Do you ever listen to what people say to you? Look, I don't have the time to deal with a scumbag's problems, all right? I'm so done with it.
But I need to know what to do. Why are you being so rude? What do I do about my salary?
Are you kidding me, Tyson? Don't be so stupid. I mean, you were always so stupid when it came to money and expenses.
But I really need some guidance, so I know what I can do about my situation. I'm starting to panic a little bit. Why is there no money in my bank account? Did you take my money, Delta? If you did, you're going to pay me every single dollar back.
Don't say something so stupid, please. You can find out what the money was used for by checking the details yourself.
Oh, right. I should be able to look at the account details, right?
Well, I guess I'll have to tell you how to check it then, too. Your own salary was used to pay off the debts that you owed me. I didn't think you had that much money to spend freely anyway.
Wait, what? That can't be right, can it? My salary has been paying off debts?
You liked using your credit card a lot each month so that you ended up in a lot of debt. So, of course, you lost a lot of your salary to help pay it back. And since you're paying on a revolving credit, you've had to save more and more money to pay it all back. Now all the money's gone by the end of the month. That's probably what has happened.
There's no way that happened. You're lying to me, aren't you?
So if you check your bank statements, you'll see that the debits were made from the credit card company, okay? How about you go and look for yourself?
But I really had no idea about any of this. I never thought about it before now.
How have you not? What the heck, Tyson? Are you serious? You're such a hopeless human being sometimes. You need to learn to budget. I don't understand why you didn't say anything to me about it before you kicked me out. It's so stupid that you didn't realize this until now. Even when I was on maternity leave, you couldn't help but play around behind my back. You didn't pay any attention to me and need my help now. I'm surprised you can act so selfishly. You need to learn how to grow up. And it's even worse now that you've got no money. You were so stupid to realize where you'd end up, but you kicked me out of the house anyway. Wow, what a joke.
Delta, I've made such a terrible mistake. I thought that I'd be able to do all of this without you. I'm really sorry for everything I've done. Please come back to the house so that we can fix this entire mess. We can start all over again and just forget what happened last month. I'll be here to support you and the baby. I would really like to meet our child.
Are you kidding me, Tyson? Why are you trying to twist everything to try and get me to come back after all the things you said? Why are you saying such disgusting things to me?
Huh? I'm confused. What disgusting things am I even saying?
We're already divorced, for goodness sake, Tyson. We're divorced, so why are you changing your mind about us? You made your decision, so you make the bed and lie in it.
No, I think I've really made a mistake with all of that. I'm reaching out to you so that we can try again. That's what I want to do. I've made up my mind. Please let me make this up to you, Delta. I'm really sorry. Please accept my apology and come back to me.
Of course. Because things have gone wrong for you. You've got no choice but to apologize to me. No matter how much you say you're sorry, nothing is going to change how I feel about you now.
Are you serious? But I said I was sorry. Why are you being like this? I've done nothing but say how bad I feel in this conversation.
Because I don't intend on having anything to do with you anymore. I've had enough of your crap, and the way you've treated me in the past has been disgraceful.
But what am I supposed to do without your help? Don't you realize how truly lost I am without you around? I'll be in a lot of trouble if I can't pay for the home loan. This is not good. What should I do? Are you seriously just going to abandon me with this burden?
Are you kidding me with this abandonment nonsense? You crack me up, Tyson. You're the one saying this even though you abandoned me and my daughter just before she was even born. I was heavily pregnant and you just threw me out like garbage. If you don't have any money for the home loan payments, then you should sell some of the things you own. Or sell the house.
I guess I can't turn around and say that anymore then. I really didn't think you'd be so angry about what I did to you. I'm so sorry. But could you please try to improve your mood so you can help me out?
My mood is not the problem here, Tyson. You're the one who's causing problems for me. Haven't you been listening to a single word I've been saying? Don't you get what happened to me? What you did to me? We are complete strangers to each other now, and I don't have any intention on getting involved with you ever again. I made you read the paperwork, and we both signed on the dotted line. So you need to give up trying to get me back, you piece of scum. Manage the things in your life on your own from now on.
But what should I do, though? What if I want to sell the house? How do I go about doing that? Where should I go after it's sold? What am I supposed to do if you aren't guiding me along the way?
You're a 42-year-old man, Tyson. Can't you think for yourself for once in your life? Aren't you embarrassed that you can't even do that? Without someone holding your big boy hand? Well, since nothing is more important than worrying about your problems, I'm sure you're more than likely probably going to run out of money again. I guess your girlfriend will be able to escape for her life quickly then.
Huh? What the heck? How did you know about my girlfriend running off? That makes sense. You must have been investigating what I was up to, so you could talk about getting back together with me, right?
Do you seriously think I've got time to do that?
Well, don't you? Since you're on maternity leave? That's why you're showing me that you care, right?
There's no way that I'd even want to show how much I care for you. You're absolutely delusional. You're just predicting things so that you can still hold on to hope about us.
Huh? What do you mean by that? Predictions?
It's easy to make predictions like that when you're desperate and needing all the help you can get. Why would a young girl want to hang around with a broke old man when the money dries up? You don't think she actually loves you, do you? She was just with you for your money as you were paying everything for her. That's the only reason why she's been hanging around for this long. I guess she thought if she got an older man that he would buy her anything and everything and give her all his money. I feel so bad for the girl who took a man that wasn't meeting her expectations.
Meeting her expectations? Are you kidding me? Don't you dare talk to me like that! It's just cruel! I was being serious before, but now I've calmed down a little bit. I regret that I put my hands over a young woman and didn't think about the consequences!
Well, your regrets are too little too late for me. I don't want to hear another one word of it from you. I'm so done with talking to you. We're finished.
Oh, come on, Delta. Let me fix what I broke. I can support you and the baby, and we'll be able to raise it as a family. We'll live together happily with our little bundle of joy.
Oh, shut up, Tyson. Your words aren't going to work on me. Stop being so gross. I don't want anything from you. You gave up your rights as a parent when you signed those documents in the restraining order. You can't come near me anymore or you'll be arrested.
But at that time, I didn't think something like this would happen. I thought I would be able to get on with my life with a younger woman. I'm really sorry, Delta. Please take me back. Can't you at least forgive me for what I've done?
You do remember that you owe me money, right?
Huh? What money? What are you talking about?
Please just pay me back and let me live my life with my baby. Once you do, I'll have the lawyer go around and collect it from you. Please refrain from contacting me directly, as I won't answer you with a single text or call.
Delta, please, I'm begging you, forgive me! What I did was so wrong, I know that now! We were really happy when we were together, right? We can be that way again, I know it! Let's fix this and be a family!
To be honest, it would be impossible to have a family with you.
How can you say such cruel things to me?
But you can call me an old hag and say other disgusting words to me? No way. Not anymore.
I didn't mean to call you that, I'm really sorry!
It's too late. You're definitely not going to get into heaven because of what you've done. Enjoy your new single life. Enjoy the poor life. In the end, Delta completely ignored Tyson for what he'd done. He ended up selling the house. He's in a lot of trouble as he needs to cover the cost of his debt. Even so, he asked Delta to help pay off the debt that he owed her. But it seemed like the amount showed up at her lawyer's office. He panicked because his salary was not going to be able to pay for all of it. It seems like his workplace found out what he did and he might lose his job. He tried to rely on Delta, but he didn't know her new address and couldn't find her. It seems like he had no choice but to give up on everything.